So as far as the third world aristocrat video from today goes, I gotta say, huge win for the toe and a stroke of genius on my part.
Mr. Radio Voice, he's doing his shows. He's roasting some ass and he's picking his nose. He speaks like a pro on the Steel Toe Show. He's making a mess and everyone knows. Ready or not, he already came. April is a hoe and she's snorting for fame. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He spilled the beans. He's rooting for rage as he gets her thrice. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He had a felony charge, but he's gonna walk. He's got a big mouth and he talks the talk. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He's always a guest with Alex Stein. He's making a wish. He's taking his time. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. Oh, hip hop dibbity dap to the wop 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 wop. Hong dong whittle dangle wang. Oh, he sang dooley mama splatting your hat. Do the poot cakes.
Good evening and welcome. Here we are again at the old Steel Toe studio. God damn, do I feel good today. I was, we got to talk about, look, I know this isn't going to be the most exciting topic for some of you, but apparently it needs discussing. Welcome. Good evening. Great to have you. The thing we need to discuss here is a little bit of golf course etiquette. Now, you are a party of two, and you're about to tee off on, say, a par four, and you see that a one golfer, a guy just by himself, is finishing up the hole before you. What do you do? What do you do if you're a party of two and a solo guy is coming up behind you? Especially if one of them is walking. You let them play through, do you not? Because, the thing about going and stopping and going and stopping, some people, when they golf, they're rhythm golfers. They start hitting a shot well. They're like, all right, we got to get up. We got to take another shot. All right, I got everything. I'm feeling good. I got everything down. I got my hands are right. My body positioning is right. I got the hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. It can fuck with people. For the pretty much the entire back nine, which I shot very well. I will say I shot very well. I shot a 46 in the back nine. But there were two women in front of me, and they would not let me play through. And I'm sitting there, and I'm waiting, and I'd crush a tee shot, or I'd hit it way off to the left, and I'd hit a good, escape shot. And you sit there and you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. Look, man, if I'm in a group of 3 or 4 or whatever, I understand waiting's part of the game. But if you're by yourself, you should have the golden ticket to go through whenever, Then you don't have anyone wait. It's stressful having someone waiting on you when you're golfing. At any rate, I went golfing today. I went golfing at the course that we're having the tournament at. And by the way, you're asking, I shot a 98. Yeah, I had a rough front nine. I shot a 52 in the front nine. It was rough. Chipping and putting. Same old story, chipping and putting. The drives were left today, too. The drives were a little left. What can you say? But I started switching when I'm closer to the green. I started switching instead of like degree wedges or pitching wedges. I have this really awesome Nike sand wedge that I found in a golf bag that I bought at a garage sale. I'll buy golf bags at garage sales for one club. There was a tailor-made driver. I bought the whole set. I'll never use the set, but it had this beautiful tailor-made driver in it, and it was like $15 for the set, so I bought it. Another one I bought for $10 because it had a nice Odyssey putter that I wanted. And I also found a 60-degree wedge. I can't remember, but I also found this Nike sand wedge that's almost flat, and I love it. It's now my new next to the green chipping weapon, especially in tall grass. Anyway, shot a 52, I think 6 3-putts and 18 holes. That's no good. That's not good. And we ended up with a 98. Now, if you've been following my golf odyssey so far this year, the goal is to break 90, and I'm not going to break 90 until I can learn how to chip the ball. I mean, in a spot where I can one putt. I mean, I had one putt today, and the rest were all 2 putts. It's a goddamn Greek tragedy, my short game. Get it. So, went golfing today, but the way that this factors in, JH says, break 80, Aaron. Not on your fucking life. Not on your fucking life. Am I going to, Citizen M, you got to stop. You guys have been coping about your fails. I'm not suing anybody. I don't know where you got that, but I'm not suing anybody. You're insane, dude. But I understand. You guys had your big nuke event and it failed and the whole internet kind of turned on you guys for just being gay. I hear you. I got it. We went over it this morning. Go watch it. I highly recommend it. Many are calling it another win for the toe. So I went and golfed my 18 holes, and then I went and talked to the guy in charge, and we confirmed. Now, you might actually like this better. We ended up having to do Sunday the 27th instead of Friday the 25th for the tournament. So now nobody has to take the day off work. We're going to start at 8 a.m., and we're going to have tee times, for probably, a couple hours, 8 to like 10. You're going to go around. You're going to do 18 holes. We're going to add it all up. We're going to drink. We got a great rate for it. I'm very excited. It's going to be Sunday, July 27th. The anniversary party is going to be Saturday, July 26th. Gino and Keanu are going to be here. Johnny's going to be there. I think I can probably get Oz to come by, and we're still trying for a couple more people for that anniversary show. We've got over 2.5 months, so I'm pretty pumped for that. Sunday the 27th. My Lost Interest says you can practice chipping in your backyard. Get on it. Yes and no. Citizen M, that was about death threats. You got to follow along. So you can kind of practice chipping in your backyard, but you can't really because I need the green. Because the rolling is a problem with me. It's, I'll get it on the green and I'll keep yelling, stop rolling. So I still got to work on the chip. The putting isn't there either. The putting just is not there. Rough is the only way I can describe the putting. Rusty Grammer becoming a member for 36 months says, suffer 3-putter. Pert much. But hey, I broke 100. So here's where I'm at. If I can break 100, I can live with it. It's messy, but I can live with it. I really want to break 90. The 52 and the abysmal front 9 basically put 89 out of my head, so I didn't worry about that. But we got the 100 in. We salvaged a half decent round. And hopefully we can get better from there. This is my last round of golf before Florida. Because if you look at the weather in Minnesota, Wednesday night, it's going to start storming. It's going to get under 60 degrees. And unfortunately, it's going to stay that way till we leave. So my next round of golf will be late next week sometime. I know a lot of you right now are feeling sympathetic for me. I know a lot of you are upset about this. I know this revelation makes some of you feel terrible for me, but I'm here to tell you, I promise you, I will get along. I will be okay. And quite frankly, I think I'm going to survive it. This was my problem Thursday when I went golfing too. It's like, if you've got 3 people or you've got 2 people and there's one guy and he's coming up behind you, like, let him play through. I don't understand not letting him play through. You're not going to have to wait for him. He's always going to be going faster than you. I don't understand the pride of not letting people play through. I hate the idea that so many people, like when I'm golfing, if I have more than one person, and if there's a solo behind me, I wait and I just go, you go ahead, because I can't handle people waiting on me. I just can't. It fucks with me. So I got to let them play ahead. All right, let's get into it tonight. We've got lots of stuff to talk about, many things to do. We'll get those tickets on sale very, very soon. Mike Big Hunt says, so how much for the golf, for fuck's sake? There's going to be a couple of different ranges. There's going to be $60 for individuals. And just saw something very funny. But I think we're going to go $200 if you have a group of 4. So $60 for yourself, but if you can get 4 of you together for a group, we'll go $200 and we'll call it that. Let's go to My Lost Interest. He says, I let a single play through until I watch them 3-putt. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. JH says Melton was upset with the crowd at Hackamania. Yeah, he was. I guess somebody yelled at Nick and said, your kid tested positive for cocaine, and they called security. What a fucking pussy. What a bitch. But look, does it surprise me? Absolutely not. All right, let's get into some things tonight. We've got some stuff to discuss. Everybody's getting a break this week. When it comes to the morning show audience, they're getting a break. You guys are getting a break. 170 is the number for tonight. Thank you guys so much for your generosity. This Rumble creator program thing has been going very, very well for us. So I just figured we'd pass that along to you. We appreciate it. Golf in a show, 200 for 4 people. Mike Big Hunt, I think the show is going to be me 3-putting. That's going to be what the show is. Or is Mike giving me a counter offer, $200 for the group of 4 golfers and the anniversary show? Look at Mike in here negotiating. You know what, Mike? You're a silver-tongued devil. You'll see what we come up with. St. Cloud, we got to do a little local news before we jump into all the other stuff. We got a little Alex Stein tonight. Alex Stein did this shit where he confronted the mother of a trans kid. Like his mother came up to him during one of his events and started, bugging him. So Alex kind of got on her about having a trans kid and how it's not really a trans kid. It's just, it's actually I think it was a female to male, so he was just calling it a female. And Alex was telling some hard truths. It was mildly uncomfortable, and I thought you would enjoy it. But before we get to any of that, we do have a local note. St. Cloud Technical and Community College was placed on lockdown today. Now, George Carlin had this bit about how when he hears bad news, he always kind of hopes it gets worse. And I understand what he's talking about, because sometimes you're watching the news and you're watching a thing and your brain immediately goes to the worst possible thing. And like in a weird way, that's you hoping bad shit happens. So when you hear, oh my God, the Technical and Community College went on lockdown, you're like, oh my God, what if people are, getting shot? Like, why does your brain immediately go to people are getting shot? Why does it immediately go to, oh my God, must be bodies everywhere, blood and brain matter and bullets flying all over the place. And it's great. Why can't it just be, there was a fight. They locked it down. Not a big deal. Our brain immediately goes to, oh, I bet you there's a guy came in spraying, just dropping people left and right. That was not the case. It looks like there was indeed a fight on campus. I don't know. Maybe they caught some contagious bug from that Eden Prairie basketball tournament. St. Cloud police say they responded at about 12:01 p.m., right at lunchtime, to an assault on campus. When officers arrived, they determined an adult male student punched another adult male student, then left the school before law enforcement arrived. That's what we're canceling classes for? No offense, but what a bitch move. A couple of guys got a big fucking deal. A couple guys get in a fight. What it used to be is, and what it still should be to this day, a couple of guys get in a fight in a public place, you just go around. You give them their little space to have their little Donnybrook, and the rest of you don't even break your gate. You keep walking. Maybe you take a look back just to see how it's going. Shutting down classes. Nobody was injured. See, nobody even got hurt. Police say their investigation revealed as the suspect left the school, he caused damage to a vehicle in the parking lot and made comments that alarmed the school staff. Ugh. Out of an abundance of caution, school officials decided to activate their security protocol, cancel classes, and close the campus for the rest of the day. Operations are expected to resume as normal on Tuesday. I'd be like, if you're a parent and you're paying for these kids to go to school and they call you, or let's say they're living at home and they come home and they go, hey, I got no more school today. It's closed. They shut down school. They canceled classes for the day. Why? What happened? A couple guys got in a fight and a guy sped off and dinged a car in the parking lot. Are you fucking kidding? I want a breakdown of how much that's costing me per day, and I want my day refunded. If you're going to shut down school over a couple of guys getting in a fist fight, Christ almighty. Julius Presley with $5 says, I watched Nick and Friends obsessing over your B-cup pictures. It was pretty gay. Yeah, I thought I was going to have to do some fighting this morning. I thought I was going to have to smile and wave and taunt people and shit, but I really didn't have to. I really didn't have to do anything. I mean, it seems like the internet's, the worst I got was people going, they're all gay. I hope they all die. I was like, all right, that's fair enough. I think that's it's totally cool. And then the rest of them were like, actually, you know what? I like Aaron a lot more than any of these fucking weirdos, or these are all 450-pound gay guys. And I was like, wow, I prepared myself for this big, jiu-jitsu, bout that I was going to have, like we usually do, and we just take them down. I didn't even have to do that this morning. It was all positive. It was all cool. It's just, I think their big nuclear event ended up being a giant turd for them, unfortunately, which upsets me a little bit because I like that back and forth. I like triggering the shit out of people with my shit-eating grin. And I mean, I don't know. You can't really take texts from a year and a half ago and embarrass me with them simply because I came out a year and a half ago, told you what I did, and went, it's embarrassing, it's awful, it's dreadful, bad father, bad husband, bad human, bad partner, got hooked up with some bad people. It's a shithead. It's a shithead thing to do. Did the whole deal, man. Went the whole way. Found an amazing, beautiful, incredible woman who's deserving of far more than anyone else, deserves far more than me. The relationship between the mother of my children and me is incredible. I'll respect her privacy, but I mean, the texts that, she sent in regards to this whole thing are so encouraging and so incredible. And, the amazing thing about the whole thing is I now, because I've renounced all this and because I've grown and because I've gotten better, I can now, people are like, what about when your kids find out about this? I have some great, when they are old enough, I have some amazing lessons that I've learned from my own shitty behavior that I can teach them from. I can use myself as an example of how no matter how bad things get, you can always admit you're wrong. You can always say you're sorry. Things can always become better, And their mother that's been the message about me as well, and my parents and my friends and I mean, I can't tell you what a lucky bastard I am. And the only reason I'm a lucky bastard is because I came out and just aired it all out. I was honest and I was open about my flaws, and I moved on, and I cannot tell you how incredible and liberating and exhilarating life is now because of it. It's incredible. Dusty Rhodes with $1 says, can you push the show an hour? I'm currently watching Ethan Ralph drink himself to death. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Is that happening again? And by the way, numero uno Josh Denny fan, are you Dusty Rhodes? Because you guys are sending literally the same messages. Numero, if I caught you, please say yes. If you're going to live in denial, say no. Say no. Taste Fairy Ialto says, Nick somehow managed to make the goo eating story less believable. Well, yeah, when he would sext with April, he would need to hear about me. That was a big turn on for him, was hearing about. I mean, it's fucking gay. It's disgusting. Believe me, it creeped me out when I was told about it. But whatever. He's more into that cuck lifestyle than I was. He had a lot more experience going in. I tried it, didn't like it. Ugh. Apparently it's a thing he's into. I'm not going to shame him for that. But he made this story up 7 months after I left, and then got April to send him like a fantasy romance novel text, thinking that they were just dirty talking. Really, he was tricking her into giving him something that he would send to Melt and go, see, it totally happened. Really? Took you 7 months to brainstorm that romance novel fiction? Everyone believes you, buddy. Everyone believes you. And that's kind of the internet has been saying, yeah, this is all horse shit. And I'm like, well, shit, guys, you didn't even let me fight. You didn't even let me get in there and throw my punches that I had. Everyone just called bullshit on it right away. Right away. Let's go to... people are saying Ralph started drinking straight from the handle. Uh-oh. So he's having another one of those streams, huh? Well, I mean, goddamn. It shouldn't be surprising anymore. Oh yeah, they're saying Rage Piggy sad. Oh, god damn it. Like, if you're not happy and you're disheveled and you're shitty and you're in awful shape, like, get off the internet, fix yourself, become happy or whatever again, and then come back. Everybody loves a redemption story. You're not going to redeem yourself just sitting here and doing the same shit, you know? Same thing with Nick. He's falling apart. He's all disheveled. I mean, he doesn't shower. His fingernails are like Howard Hughes at the end of his life. It's fucking brutal. I've broken the guy's brain. I don't feel great about that. Guy's got fucking kids that depend on him. I mean, get your shit together. It's probably time for a break, you know? I agree with all the people who say, like, Aaron's not worth this much of your time and attention, but, like, not going to convince him of that. Let's go to Sam Show. He says, shut the fuck up, Aaron. It's everybody else's fault. Ralph literally did nothing wrong. Well, that's probably true. So, all of you people who are making Ethan Ralph drink out of the handle and have him totally fucked up, this is, how can you live with yourself? Does somebody have a link to this? Hulkamash Baby with $2 says, you came out of the closet, boss. Uh-oh. What do we have? Let's see. What's the clip? Take texts from a year and a half ago and embarrass me with them simply because I came out a year and a half ago. No. You clipped that. I said I came out. No, it's not like an I'm gay I came out. You clipped that out of context. You didn't let it finish up. You know what you did. Yeah. Does anyone have a clip to that? I'm disgustingly interested in what's going on. If there's a meltdown going on, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see the meltdown a little bit. McBuster says, excellent work. Sam Show says, I clipped you in context saying you are 100% in fact gay. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. They're saying it's official. Ralph is, a bunch of people are coming in now saying Ralph is hollering. Oh, goddamn. Oh, boy. 165 away from tonight. Everybody throw in towards it. Let's get another win for the toe. God, it's just, you just think someone will, these hollering sessions will happen so much that eventually, it just won't happen anymore. And I guess that's just wishful thinking, because indeed it will happen. It will happen over and over and over again. 383 Novocaine. Says, your charcuterie fridge made an appearance on stage. What stories could that tell after plowing? You needed hydration after. No comment. I'm just saying that if I were to abandon my family to go to Vegas for 24 hours, I wouldn't sit next to my cuck fridge. Jesus Christ. That was kind of the first inkling I got where I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to be fine here. This seems like a cavalcade of incompetence. Let's get to the Alex Stein thing. I know that you guys are big on the Ralph thing. I guess he's falling apart and losing his mind. If you guys send the link, I'll check it out at some point tonight. 165 away from this evening. Thank you very much. Throw in a few bucks. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. I want to do this Alex Stein clip because I thought this was, Alex Stein has like a way of doing things that doesn't come off as, as mean as what Crowder used to do or kind of as blunt as what Charlie Kirk does. It's always kind of goofy and silly and fun. Like it's a great freeze frame though. Alex's goal never seems to be, his intention never seems to be to embarrass through I'm going to own you with facts and logic, bro. Alex always seems to be about the goof first. Like he always seems to be about making sure someone has enough rope to hang themselves with in terms of ridiculousness. This is the first clip where I've really seen him really go after someone in a way that doesn't seem like the first intention is comedy. And I think it's because this is probably important to Alex. I think he probably really deeply believes in it. It's a woman who claims that her child is trans and then brings the child up. Now, like brings them physically up to where Alex Stein is doing one of these Q&A deals. Now, those of us who I believe are called normal, I believe people with blue hair call us transphobic, but those of us who are considered normal know that a parent who tells you their child is trans and they haven't even hit puberty yet and they start messing with their biology, start messing physically with them, which is unconscionable. We all believe that that's crazy, insane, borderline Munchausen, mentally ill behavior. But many states allow it to happen, and I think it's one of the greatest travesties of our time. And if we don't reverse it, I think we're going to look back generations from now and go, oh my God, we should dig those people up and bring them up on crimes against humanity. Well, Alex Stein confronted one of these mothers in a 1-minute clip. We're going to watch it now. Let's take a look-see.
Do you like trans kids?
I raised one.
You raised a trans kid?
I raised a child who decided to follow their true heart
Their
and
true
be who
heart?
they.
Okay, if it sounds like a Disney movie, it's horse shit. That's not how biology works. That's not how science works. That's not how gender works. Your kid was probably just gay, and you encouraged your kid to hack themselves to pieces, take all kinds of drugs, fuck themselves up mentally. Why? Because they were probably just gay. Like you see Dylan Mulvaney and you go, that's a gay guy if I've ever seen one. Like I don't think there's a better example of trans women are most likely just gay dudes who need to own it. It's Dylan Mulvaney. I mean, that is just, I mean, you watch Dylan Mulvaney prancing around and you're like, that is the queen from Con Air. I mean, that's, if Dylan Mulvaney found himself in a men's prison, he'd be whistling Strangers in Paradise. So to say like, oh no, my child, I didn't raise a trans child. I raised a child who chose to follow their true heart. All right, Elsa, shut up.
Their true heart? What about their other organs, like their genitals? They don't want to go by their true genitals?
This is my son.
That's your son?
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's something that was once your beautiful daughter and you fucking crucified it for the sake of liberal brownie points and political correctness and mental illness. Fucking gross.
And so at what time, when did you start your transition?
I want to say when I was really little, because I knew very young I was a boy.
Yeah.
No, but you didn't. And as a dude, like, I understand we talk about how, you know, women kind of look at trans women and go, you don't know what it's like to be a woman. You can't do that. I kind of feel the same way towards these trans men is I'm like, bro, you ain't a guy. No offense, you ain't a guy. If you would have wore some flannel, if you would have put a tool belt on and done some carpentry and stayed a chick and got a girlfriend, you probably would have been just fine.
Well, I'm sorry, you'll never be a boy. You can, I mean, that's just...
Look, you'll never be a man.
I am a man.
All right, no. I want to say one thing. As much as she's full of shit, and as much as I'm 1,000% on Alex's side, that was not a bad comeback. I mean, especially from a woman who started transitioning her kid when the kid was very young, instead of being a grown-up and a parent and going, no, that's not a decision you're able to make at this age, just like you can't get a tattoo or drink or smoke or vote. You're too young to make this decision. I'm making it for you. We're not doing this. Because if your child at that age does not decide to transition, you decide for them. Because if the child can't do that, it's not capable, it doesn't have the mental capacity at that age to make a call like that. You allow them to. So you transition your kid, not the other way around. Which also means you have the authority and the ability and the duty as a parent to go, that is not a decision you are capable of making it right now. So you're not doing that.
Look, you'll never be a man.
It's not a bad line. But Alex is a man. He played goddamn football at Polk High. Alex is a big dude too. People look at Alex and they're like, "Oh, he's like when you're funny, people think you're like smaller for some reason." Like people get surprised when I go, because you know I'm so fucking hilarious. When they find out that I'm 6'3", about 220, they're like, "What? You're that big? I'm a big dude." Alex is like 6'4", 230, I think. Like he's a big dude as well.
I am a man.
No, all people who are trans, but also people who are autistic.
Yeah, and we shouldn't let autistic people transition their sex because they're autistic. They're retarded. And
look at her dumb face. That is the greatest face of all time. That is the face of someone that needs to be talked to the way Alex is talking to this woman right now, but she needs to be talked to that way every day for the rest of her life. She needs to be talked to in that tone because she got way too comfortable. And then people started nodding and saying yes to her way too much.
And a retarded person cannot pick their gender.
2025, and this man uses the R word?
He didn't say the R word. He said retarded. It's totally, I don't say the R word. I say retarded. Which, by the way, proving that all things are cyclical, retard is so back, bros. Is it not? Like, retard is all the way back. You'd say retard now, nobody bats an eye. There was like a weird 10 or 11 year window where retard was like out. You know, it's kind of like when fag went out, you know, and it stayed out. But retard went out. And then I think what happened was so many people started being so retarded that we were like, okay, you know what? We made a mistake. We need that one back. Anyone who calls a Down syndrome person or a mentally retarded person retarded is an asshole and a vermin and a demon, and they should be expunged. But when someone's just being a dipshit, we need retarded.
You think about it. You had a beautiful daughter, and you ruined your beautiful daughter.
What?
She could have been in a marriage, could have had kids, could have made you a beautiful grandmother, and none of that's going to...
Oh, by the way, that's something dudes totally do. Dudes go, bleh. That's a girl thing. You're a woman. You're a girl. Might be a lesbian, but you're a girl. That is a girl way to react. That is not a dude way to react.
Gonna happen, and instead you laugh about cutting off your child's breast.
If you enjoyed that.
Oh, and yeah, fuck you, dude. Quit leeching off of Alex. That's my job. Guarantee there's no dad in the picture either. Dad is not around. Dad either left right away or dad left somewhere around this saga unfolding, I think. Oh, no, Mr. Beat says my membership ended. Guys, let's gift some memberships then over on Rumble and YouTube and everywhere else. Mr. Beat says retard is definitely back. It's been shunned upon since 2005. Yeah, it has come back in a really big way. A really big way. Mr. Beat says, someone please gift me a membership. I'm disabled and so broke. Oh, for God's sake, could you give the disabled broke retard a membership, for goodness sake? Veldrain with $1 says the argument has been with trans children, nature versus nurture. The insane side says nature. The sane, rational side says nurture. I mean, you don't see a lot of Christian, conservative, two-parent households raising any trans kids. They wait until college, and then their teachers try to convince them that they're trans, and then that's when they try to get them, a little later in life. You usually see the same parent, and I stress parent, having a trans kid because they like to wear it as a badge of honor. Look at me, I'm the parent of a trans kid. It's like, great, you decided to use your kid as a little mascot to give yourself societal clout points with one small part of the population, so you destroyed someone's life to do it. Wow, you are really parental material. Amazing work. I'll be honest, I've never seen Alex, get that, gloves off with someone before. Like I said, Alex usually keeps it pretty funny, keeps it pretty light, is almost in character for the stuff he does. That was one of the first times I've seen him you know what? I think what it was that one really did piss Alex off. I think that one got to him just a little bit. End of Silence says there are soy men who fuck these creatures. Look to the black community. Mr. Beat says, I'm definitely retarded, but that's not why I'm disabled. Well, I don't care. Someone give Mr. Beat a goddamn membership. I don't want to see Mr. Beat being all sad and shit. He's all poor and disabled. I want to see him poor and disabled with a membership. All right? If I could fix his poorness and I could fix his crippledness, I would do that, but I can't. But you know what I can do? I can encourage our audience to gift memberships on Rumble so I can at least fix that part of his life. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, 165 away from this evening's goal. We had a great start to things this morning. Thank you guys very much for that. Let's go strong. Let's go hard in the paint for the evening show as well. Delivering furniture, food, delivering anything to the wrong house is obnoxious for the person that lives there. Sure. But it's an honest mistake. You got DoorDash, you got Uber, whatever. Maybe they drop someone else's stuff off at your house. That stinks. Unless the food's good. Some drunk gets dropped off at your house. Uber went to the wrong place. Yeah, that's really obnoxious. But it doesn't necessarily have to escalate to the point where this story did. A New York DoorDash driver had to hightail it out of Dodge after cops say he showed up at the wrong upstate New York address, and someone just started shooting at them, sending them to the hospital with a severe bullet wound. So again, DoorDash, bringing some food, goes to the wrong house. It's not, especially in New York State, you can't just see the car pulling up with the DoorDash and shoot them. Like in Minnesota, I'm pretty sure a DoorDash driver, even if they wanted to hurt you, they have to come in and hit you with the bag of food 7 times before you're allowed to shoot them. And even then, you have to retreat into a corner in a room that has 2 or fewer windows that you can't jump out of readily. And you also have to enter a 7-digit code on your phone. And then you're allowed to defend yourself in your own house. But in New York, I mean, they've got kind of similar laws. So this happened on May 2nd, and a Ring doorbell captured the whole thing. And again, I'm sure there have been times where a DoorDash driver has like fucked up and brought stuff to the wrong house, or maybe a DoorDash driver has been a dick about a delivery, but how far does a DoorDash driver have to go before you can reasonably even pull a gun on him, let alone shoot him? Let's take a look. Like, this guy is literally strapped. Or is this the DoorDash person? What the
Go!
What the fuck was that? Holy shit, so he shot him from there? Okay, first of all, nice shot at such a distance. I can separate how inappropriate and illegal and wrong it was for that guy to shoot at that person. I can separate that from the stunning accuracy he had from his front lawn to a car that was just about in motion. You definitely, even if the person's walking up your sidewalk with a bag of food, you don't get to shoot them. You certainly don't get to shoot them if they're down the street a ways on their way out. Even if they're just sitting out there staring at you, you're still not allowed to cap them. Holy shit. Don't. He shot at him again while they were fucking leaving. Dude, this guy's got some problem. We gotta take this guy in. I mean, at the very least for a scan, a meeting with a psychiatrist, but probably the police first and get him fingerprinted. So where's that first shot? Okay, so that shot looked like it was just at the ground. There's the DoorDash driver fucking off, minding their own business, trying to get to the right house.
Go!
Okay, they're going.
Go!
They're going. See, you just saw the car start. The, what do you call it? The reverse lights went on, so they're putting it into gear. They're leaving now. They're backing out. They're backing out. They're turning the other way. They're getting ready to leave. All they did was fucking honk. You don't shoot them for honking. Now they're leaving again. They're taking off, probably with a bullet hole in them. And then he shoots at him again. Yeah, this guy. So it turns out that this guy that did this, no shit, is a local town official. The guy who shot at them was named John J. Riley. Of Chester, New York, extending his arm with a pistol in hand. Riley is the Chester Highway Superintendent and a federally licensed firearms dealer. This is like Derek from Midland Armory just capping a guy driving through his neighborhood. In the video, you can see a man with a rifle strapped to his chest, squeezing off shots from a handgun in the direction of a car, presumably driven by the DoorDash employee. Police say the worker was trying to deliver food to someone else in the neighborhood, but got lost and ended up at Riley's house. Shit happens. In the Ring footage, the delivery man's vehicle, with its headlights shining brightly, quickly makes a U-turn and speeds away, as you see the gunman fire one last shot for good measure. Cops say the worker was hit once in the back and hospitalized. So it was probably the last shot that hit him if it was a gunshot wound to the back, where he was listed in serious condition. This is the handsome fellow who shot him. That's the highway superintendent. Bet you they don't have many traffic jams in those parts if that guy's on the case. We're told Riley was charged with assault and criminal possession of a weapon after being taken into custody and processed at a police facility. Riley was later arraigned in an Orange County courtroom and transferred to the county jail. Yeah, go ahead and don't let him out for a while. Let's just let him cool off for a bit. Thank you to Rusty Grammer for gifting a membership, but Von Kaiser ended up getting that one. Well, son of a bitch. Keep trying. Let's see if we can get Mr. Beat his gifted membership. Thank you very much, Rusty Grammer. No, Rusty, it was not John C. Riley. That's not the guy who I don't want there to be confusion. We want to see if we can get, who was it? Who do we want to get a membership? Mr. Beat. We want to see if we can get Mr. Beat a membership. Tridio. Hey, Tridio. Great job. You know what I'm talking about. Great work, sir. $2 from him says, so you're saying you want 5 guys delivered. That I didn't say that. I never once said that. I don't need you guys telling people that I want 5 guys delivered to my house. Not even the burgers. I don't. And now just you saying that, even if I deny it, that's going to become a thing now. And I feel like you knew that. Veldrain with $1 says, worst part is the media hides it when these trans kids detransition. This will be more difficult as time goes on. Yeah, and they kind of also bury the studies that say that a lot of the kids who go through it regret it, the early life transitioning. Leo with $1 says, worst mistake in delivery. An oil company delivered oil to the wrong house. A house that had been converted to electric and no longer had an oil tank in their basement. Their entire basement was filled. Ooh. Now see that you want to shoot somebody over. Buffalo Jockey with $1 says, I hear your honk and raise you 2 gunshot bangs. Your move. Well, who won? Because the person who got shot is in serious condition and the guy who shot him is in jail. I don't know who got the better of that deal. Rexstart parody account says the delivery was for Curly Bill. Yeah, and out came Wyatt Earp going, no, I'm leaving. No. You called down the DoorDash. Well, now you got it. It's like, I didn't. I'm just at the wrong house. It's okay. Run, you delivery cur. And you tell him I'm coming. And hell's coming with me. You hear me? Your neighbor wanted some fucking pizza and breadsticks, dude. That's all I'm here for. I come in peace. You leave in pieces. 155 away from today's goal. Thank you guys very much for your generosity. Keep that generosity moving. We appreciate it. Colorado Rob with $1.99 says, can you hire him or Michaela for security at Steel Toe anniversary party? Michaela, what is it? Did she message? No, she emailed me today. She donated $25 to the show, which was awesome. And then she emailed me. Yeah, it was very kind of her. I was not expecting that from Michaela. You think she's trying to make nice with the toe after her rough weekend with the onions? She's like, I didn't know how good I had it back then. Rexstart parody account. I see a food delivery. I kill the man holding it. You hear me? The DoorDashers are done. Oh, shit. Hey, man, why are you helping him shoot DoorDash drivers? Because Mr. Riley is my friend. Hell, I got lots of friends. I don't. I beg to differ. We never got to finish our game, remember? Play for extra sides. I was just funning. I wasn't. My Lost Interest says, wonder what the shooter is hiding in his house. Well, some people are theorizing that it was his quote, I'm quoting one listener now, fat wife that did it. They're saying that the fat wife ordered the food. Buffalo Jockey with $1 says, what color is the driver that honked? Let me guess, Buffalo Jockey. That makes a difference as to how you're going to view this story. Tridio with $2 says he got the wrong message with eat what you kill. Yeah, I think he took it a little too literally, the eat what you kill thing. Nobody explained it to him, the fucking Neanderthal. Veldrain with $1 says, I'm owning the libs and then going to jail. Oh, shit, I fucked up. Yeah, it's... Hulkamasha Baby says, those Door Dashers are bugs, Wyatt. There ain't no living with bugs. The Door Dasher gets in the car. The guy raises his gun. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. The cops got there and he goes, I don't think I'm going to let you arrest me today, Sheriff. And he just hit him with a fucking rifle butt. He goes, get in a fucking car, asshole. This isn't Tombstone, you cunt. Nobody's saying you can't order a DoorDash. We're not even saying you can't carry a DoorDash. We're just saying you can't carry a DoorDash on my block. McBuster says, was the DoorDasher trans or a commie? I think just someone trying to do their best. I think that's all they were doing, the poor fuck. 155 away from today. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Thank you guys very much for your generosity. Keep it moving. Keep it going. You guys can usually get it done $4 or $5 at a time. I appreciate that about this evening crew. So keep it moving. Let's get our first gifted YouTube member. We're still looking for a gifted YouTube membership tonight. We're still looking to get Mr. Beat a gifted Rumble membership. And we're looking for our first Venmo or PayPal for the evening. Thank you guys very much. Let's do it. Rexstart parody account says, Johnny Tyler, you madcap. Where you going with that Taco Bell? Hulkamasha Baby says, you might get that order delivered in a rush, but not before I turn your head into a canoe. Why? What is the problem with making a simple DoorDash delivery? Dr. Silverwolf gifting a membership. Thank you very much. 150 away from tonight. Oh, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Thank you so much. Keep it going. We've got ourselves a nice week ahead of us. Thanks to that Rumble Creator program. That's been a blessing. So, yeah, I don't think, what was his full name? John J. Riley. Thank God. John C. Riley's like, could you guys make sure you accentuate that J in his name? It's really important to me. Thank you. Veldrain says, I got a gallon of cum for... Okay, I'm leaving. Thanks, buddy. MSO says, actually, I'm going to watch Digger. Her breast is slightly bigger than yours. You sellout son of a bitch. How dare you do that to me? And after all this time, I thought we'd come to an understanding. You bastard. All right, let's continue on. Let's go to our next story. Oh God, that guy's so fucking creepy. Oh wait, we got one more. We got another DoorDash story. We got more DoorDash people getting shot. DoorDash driver accused of stealing cat now vindicated by owner. Oh, okay. This wasn't, I thought they were shot for stealing a cat. Oh, God, I'd be so ready to kick it. You know what really is shitty? Get in your fucking car. If you're ordering DoorDash for one person, get in your goddamn car and go get it. I mean, if you're ordering like one burger and some fries and a drink, get up and go drive and go get the fucking thing. Or at least leave a 30% or plus tip. Making a place make a thing and a guy go get it because you want one cocksucking cheeseburger. You've got to be kidding me. Look at how courteous he is. Trying to find a place to put it. No, I love that. He's like, oh man, I should be more respectful. All right, I'm running behind. Fuck it. The ground it is. Oh, is he stealing the cat? You steal that cat, bro. Oh, no, because he has to take a picture of the food to confirm the order got delivered. Does he walk off with the cat? Don't be gay, dude. Just fucking, hey, what the fuck? Oh, there we go. See, put the cat down. He didn't steal it. What are you doing? Who gives a shit? He's trying to protect the food. I mean, I guess he's going the extra mile and everything, but fuck them if they don't get out there soon enough. They don't get the DoorDash. I can't get out there right now. Hey, then you ain't getting no Coke. Know what I'm saying? Hulkamasha Baby says John Jay wouldn't have been. Oh, no, we got a new movie because the guy's John Jay. All right. Wouldn't have been nothing if it wasn't for that king shit DoorDash driver. All I wanted was some peace and quiet, sir. But they kept pushing the food. Riley, John Jay, report. Riley, John Jay. This is company leader Raven. Riley, John Jay. Yeah. Looking for delivery driver Delmore Berry. Berry's dead, sir. They shot him delivering Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm the only one that's left. Look, you're causing a lot of problems out here, John Jay. What do you think about maybe turning yourself in? I tried to call a DoorDash order for you, sir, and I couldn't find you. Yeah, well, I've been recommissioned down at Bragg. They got me shining a seat with my ass. Sean Lenane says, better than spitting in the drink. Well, I mean, yeah, when you put it that way, when you make that the only two options, then yeah, I guess it's better than that. MSO says, it's never over. Dor drew first blood. Dor drew first blood. You did everything you could to make your own personal little DoorDash war happen. My Lost Interest says, doesn't want the cat getting into his Coke. Oh. It's more courteous than people I've known. They don't really care who gets into their Coke. You know what I mean? 150 away from tonight. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Let's knock that down a little bit. We're looking at a potentially slow. Oh, we're doing pretty well. We're at about 350. Thanks, guys. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. We appreciate that. Let's start rolling. What do you say? Let's start rolling in those gifted memberships and those Venmos and those PayPals, and let's have ourselves a perfect Monday on a discount Monday, as it were. Trump was shitting on one of his friends today. He was signing an executive order to try and make prescription drugs cheaper. He was also, they were unveiling this House bill that they're putting out there now with like $4 trillion in tax cuts and shitloads of cuts to Medicare and Medicaid and stuff like that. And Trump was talking about health and he was talking about drugs and prescriptions. And he went off on one of his, usual Trump tangents. And this one was about a friend of his who's on Ozempic. And he kind of roasted his friend a bit. I mean, I don't know if he names names in this. I hope not. Otherwise, I mean, this clip has gone everywhere today. This is kind of, I think if I had to pick, this is probably my favorite version of Donald Trump. Is the one that doesn't know he's being shitty, but he's totally being shitty. The Donald Trump who's there to be like, we're here to talk about tariffs and we're here to talk about dropping drug prices, folks. I have a big fat friend. He's a big fat guy. He takes Ozempic. Got to make sure that Ozempic's cheaper. Big fat people, they take it. Big fat cows, like Rosie O'Donnell.
I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him.
Looking at you, Kevin O'Leary. You're out.
A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman.
Jew. Just say Jew.
Seriously overweight, and he takes the fat shot drug.
Not Ozempic. He takes the fat shot drug. Takes the fatty 2x4, can't fit through the kitchen door. And he takes the Ozempic shot, because he can't exercise, can't eat right. He's a big fat guy, and he takes drugs.
And he called me up, and he said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy, very successful, very rich. I wouldn't even know how we would know this, but...
Jewish. Go ahead.
because he's got comments. Said, President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London, and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working.
That's what I mean. Like, he starts telling this story like you're like, oh, this is somehow going to tie in to his policy. This is somehow going to tie into drug prices and health care and all this other stuff. It's like, nope, he's taking the fat pill Ozempic, and I tell him, you're still a fat piece of shit. You're still a giant tub of goo, big lard ass. It's not working. Doesn't work for everybody. Worked for John Goodman. I hear it worked for Penn Jillette, but it's not working for him. He's still a big fat guy. He still eats.
He said, I just paid $88. And in New York, I pay $1,300. What the hell is going on?
That was it, by the way. That's the end of the clip. So it's not like Trump was like, this is how we're going to make life easier for Fatty Boombalatti. That's what we're going to call him. No, I just wanted to embarrass my friend on worldwide television. Have it go viral. He's going to get back from London. He's going to be pissed off. But what can he do about it? I'll drone bomb his family. I want to go back to when he's...
Brilliant businessman. Seriously overweight.
No, really, it's a problem. Big old fat hunk of shit.
And he takes the fat shot drug. And he called me up.
It's not Ozempic. It's not a drug for diabetics. It's just the fat shot drug. Attaboy, Donnie.
He said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy. Very successful, very rich. I wouldn't even know how we would know this, but because he's got comments. Said, President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London, and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working.
So his buddy is about to tell him about the fat drug and the price problem and all of that stuff. And Donald just has to tell him, it's not working. You're still a big fat piece of shit. I still laugh at you when you're not around. When you leave the country, I tell all of the press that you're a big cow. That's what I do. What a jerk. People are saying it's probably Chris Christie. No, it wouldn't be Christie because Christie's not a successful businessman. Christie's a politician. So that wouldn't be him. Hulkamasha Baby said, oh, God. They've still got their DoorDash rants going. Rexstart parody account says, if you're sending that many orders, don't forget one thing. What's that? A good supply of thermal bags. Hulkamasha Baby says, you got my food in the hands of a retard that I wouldn't trust with a potato gun. Veldrain says, they stole my cat. I counted 19. I have 20. Oh. No, it's not Elon. It's not Tip O'Neill. Everyone's trying to guess who it is. Couple people have said Christie. Nah. Because again, it's not a politician. It's, as Donald Trump said, it's a rich guy. That was on the Ozempic thing. Colorado Rob becoming a baby boot over on YouTube. Thank you very much, Colorado Rob. Colorado Rob, he was telling me, he was in England. He was telling me, Aaron, I'm taking the fat shot drug. I said, it's not helping, Colorado Rob. By the way, nice Armageddon reference, guys. And it wasn't even a main character reference. It was General Kinsey. Nice work. 1:45 away from today. Let's get to work on the unfun part here for the toe. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. I mean, fun part for me, not the fun part for you guys. Thanks for your support. We appreciate it. Keep it up. Let's see. About 350. Checking in on the program, so make sure you give us a thumbs up. Make sure you share the program. Leah says Rumble needs to have membership levels. They're working on it. They're working on availability of more members or subscriber-only content type stuff too. So they're, always improving, always evolving. Sometimes not as quickly as we'd like, but they're doing it. $145 if I could trouble you for it. Everybody throw in a couple. We'll get this thing hammered out in no time. Hey, based behavior out of the UK. Maybe the United Kingdom's starting to pull their head out of their ass. Their new prime minister, Keir Starmer, wants the UK to, quote, take back its borders, says they're becoming an island of strangers, and that immigrants should learn how to speak English. Now, look, I know that some of you are going to look at that and you're going to go, well, yeah, no shit. That's common sense. Right, but the UK has not had common sense for decades. I mean, they've just been letting people with no cultural relation to them, no cultural familiarity to them, just wash ashore. And in London, especially where London, I believe now, is a majority-minority country. And you can't, I mean, English culture just isn't alive and well. It's not thriving in London anymore, of all places. And whether or not it's too late to turn that back, I don't know. But I think when it comes to making the changes their new prime minister wants to make, it's better late than never. Let's take a listen to Keir Starmer and see what his thoughts are on the way the UK has become, on the way they're trying to maybe fix some of their problems, and if it even can be done in the first place. Let's take a look.
Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
Nations depend on rules, fair rules. Sometimes they're written down, often they're not. But either way, they give shape to our values, guide us towards our rights, of course, but also our responsibilities, the obligations we owe to each other. Now, in a diverse nation like ours, and I celebrate that.
That's just it. You have to do that. That's what makes me nervous, is instead of just like, dude, just say what's true. Like, say what we all know anyway, instead of going, look, we're a diverse nation, and I'm totally okay with that. Well, then why do any of the things you're talking about? Clearly, you're not all the way okay with it. Clearly, there's problems with it. Clearly, the diversity is causing some unforeseen issues, shall we say, that need to be addressed. You don't have to do this fucking soft, self-protecting political correctness while you're trying to fix a very serious problem, which is the cultural rot immigration has brought your country. So you don't have to do this thing where you're like, we've got a serious problem. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's like, well, no, there is. That's why you're proposing these things. If you pretend like there's no problem, nobody's going to take the solution seriously.
These rules become even more important. Without them, we risk becoming an island of strangers, not a nation that walks forward together. So when you have an immigration system that seems almost designed to permit abuse,
all right,
that encourages some businesses to bring in lower paid workers rather than invest in our young people,
okay,
or simply one that is sold by politicians to the British people on an entirely false premise, then you're not championing growth, you're not championing justice, or however else people defend the status quo. You're actually contributing to the forces that are slowly pulling our country apart.
I mean, it's a start, right? I mean, I know it's not like Viktor Orban. I know it's not like, Marine Le Pen in France. I know it's not quite that harsh, but at least it's a guy who's in charge. It's not some activist guy. It's not some guy who gets 10% in the election. It's the guy in charge. It's the main dude. It's the prime minister. At least he's acknowledging, like, look, all of this immigration is becoming a bad thing. It's tearing us apart at the seams. You're taking a proud culture, or at least a once proud culture, and it's becoming strangled. It's becoming replaced by an inferior culture. And I say inferior culture because if it was a superior culture, it wouldn't have failed where they fucking came from so badly that they had to escape to your successful culture. So, I mean, the only thing that bothers me about this is that this guy is so hesitant to embrace his Western identity.
So yes, I believe in this. I believe we need to reduce immigration significantly.
Okay.
That's why some of the policies in this white paper go back nearly...
White paper? Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. What? Did you hear that? White paper? What a piece of shit.
3 years. why I told the Labour Party conference taking back control is a Labour argument, and why, most importantly of all, inward migration is already falling with this government.
All right. I mean, look, admitting that there's a problem is the first step. And they're doing that, which I think they should be applauded for. I do. Hopefully something comes of it. But I just don't know. Leah says they've been working on shit for a while. I know. And Deutsch Chad says Starmer is woke as fuck. I just don't want to, in my lifetime, see the UK fall apart. You know, I just don't want to see the UK completely lose its culture in my lifetime. And if they don't change something fast, they're going to. And that's shitty. Redbird with $5 says their government is all Islamic. It's a legit world security concern that the U.S. will be an Islamic power with nuclear missiles and subs. Sean Linane with $5 says, bet it wasn't Lizzo. She'd need the whole shipment to lose 2 pounds. Well, and Trump also said he. So that's kind of a dead giveaway, too. Hey, guys, thank you for those couple of fives. Let's make a rally out of those. And MN Vikings becoming a baby boot as well as Colorado, Rob. Thank you. Hey, that's going to put us down to 135. Keep it going, guys. Thanks a ton. Few more fives, few more tens, and we're home free. And we got time to do it, too. Thanks a million. Keep her moving. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. Ethan is drunk arguing with Josh Moon on the phone right now. Oh, my God. Josh is on?
Person. That's why. Now, you don't have any
elaborate story to make up on the spot when you're all fucked up by the Xans.
You don't have any, relationships and stuff, so I can understand why you might not get it.
I have more friends and more people around me right now than
that. Talk-to-speech stuff is so fucking frustrating and infuriating. Get the fuck rid of it.
You do in the middle of a fucking shack in Mexico all by your lonesome.
Oh, no. He's pulling out of the fucking Absolute bottle. Uh-oh. See, this is the shitty part, is that he doesn't make any money unless he gets fucked up, and now they give him $480 because he's fucked up. So then he feels like he has to get fucked up. And he gets the pills going and everything else, and god damn. I guess he's like not allowed or doesn't see one of his kids. It's like, well, what do you fucking expect, dude? You're a mess.
I'm not in a shack. I'm in a very nice house, actually.
Even your exes say that you live in a shack, bro. Even the people you talk to.
He's talking to Josh from Kiwi Farms.
Of course, I know the end goal is to show some pictures of my house. I don't live in a shack, you dumb fucking nigger.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and give that a fucking break. Jesus Christ, Ralph. Shut her down. Shut her down, for God's sake. Oh, boy. It's really the only way the guy can draw an audience or make any money. It's just, oh, Christ. Sam Show says, woo, Suffato. Taste Fairy Iolto says, a lot of piss bottles going to get broken tonight. Sam Show says those donos aren't real, Aaron. Yeah, they probably are. If a guy gets fucked up, sometimes people give him a shitload of money. I don't think there's very many people out there that fake donos. I think fake dono is kind of a cope that people pull when someone's, doing okay monetarily. People do it to us all the time. Oh, it's a fake dono. It's like, how do I benefit from faking donos? That's another thing. I don't think these guys fake donos because that only hurts you. If you fake dono, you're making less money. I never understood the point of the faking donos thing. Sam Show says he unironically does fake them. Oh. Well, shit. I mean, I don't know. My Lost Interest says, time for Aaron to break out the Celsius. Right? I see these guys, doing Coke on stream or Whippets on stream, or they're taking vodka bottles or pounding vodka on stream. And I'm like, Bro, I have a Celsius on an empty stomach and I can barely focus. I can't imagine these guys being this fucked up. The effortlessness with which he dropped that N-bomb too. I mean, it's just like he's always got that gun cocked and it's always at the ready. And being fired at such an unnecessary time. He is kind of like that John J. Reilly shooting the DoorDash driver in a way. Oh, man. Well, it looks like Ethan's having himself one hell of a night, to say the least. Well, guys, over here, we can't fake anything. 135 away. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Go ahead and throw in a couple of bucks. Maybe we go check in with Ralph a little bit later, but I don't know. YouTube isn't too keen on those hard R's getting dropped very often. Yankee says, I'm real, so never donating again. Oh, no. You can only donate, Yankee, if you let us know you're fake. You have to make sure you're me. That would be funny if the number one donor was Aaron Imholt this week. Like if everyone just donated and said, I'm Aaron. That would be kind of fun. That would get people talking. Sean Lenane says, I'd donate a 50 spot if Aaron downed a bottle of Jack. If Aaron has 3 shots of Jack, Aaron's going to be over the moon. And $50? What do you think I am, a common hooer? How dare you? How dare you? Now let's get that 135 knocked out, and let's call it a win for the toe. I'm glad to see this. So very recently, I think this football season, a new national law kicked in that said that you couldn't do the junk fees anymore for concert tickets, whether it's concerts, sporting events, whatever. Can't do it. Apparently, it went before the Federal Trade Commission, and it went before all the regulatory boards, and they said, it's good. It's okay. It can be here to stay. No more junk fees. Ticketmaster, all these other places, StubHub, they have to list their upfront price right there for you. Because you used to get like $100 concert tickets for like floor seats. You'd be like, hot shit, this is great. Then you add together all the fees and you're at $210, and all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm right here at the checkout. I suppose I got to, finish this up. The junk fees rule targets specific and deceptive pricing in the sale of live event tickets and hotel stays. The rule does not prohibit any fee amount or specific pricing methods. You can still have these shitty fees. You'll just see it in the ticket price. But it requires that companies that advertise their prices are transparent with consumers about prices and fees. The rule also requires that businesses disclose the total price of mandatory fees, and they can't misrepresent any fee or charge in any offer, display, or advertisement for live tickets or hotels. This was a good thing and kind of a bad thing during football season. I think, did I go to 1 or 2? I think I went to 1 Vikings game. I think I went to the Vikings-Lions game. And my buddy and I, when we went, it wasn't as awesome. I mean, the ticket prices were kind of the same, but it wasn't as awesome as the years previous we'd went because we'd see tickets for such cheaper prices. And then, of course, like a couple of suckers, you click on it, price goes up because of the fees. Now, the prices you see up front are considerably higher, but at least they don't get jacked up later. But, I mean, it's not like they're not going to, it's not like they're not going to still make their money. They're still going to make their money. They just have to put it up front, and they can't trick you with it. I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal for them. In fact, they had to abide by it this last season. They still do. Sean Lenane says, okay, $55 for the... No! Look, if we're going to lose tonight, we're going to lose. I'm not going to... I can put my liver on the line for $130, my man. $135. Oh, my God. We really haven't done much moving tonight. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Go ahead and throw in a few bucks, and let's see if we can give ourselves a fighting chance at knocking out a W tonight. Still got a lot of time, though. Still got well over an hour, so that's not so bad. Let's jump into some more news, shall we? Ooh. Look at this. People are upset about Trump taking some plane from Qatar. Apparently, the Qataris gave Trump a plane to use like as Air Force One. Like it's going to be the Air Force One plane now. See, there we go. $2 from Aaron Imholt says, note from my savings account. There we go. There we go. Dusty Rhodes says, $200 for a no shirt pose, if you will. Oh, I'll give you the full fucking Hulkster for the $200. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do the full Hulkster for $200. I mean, I've been shirtless on the show for free before. What do you know? Red Scoper says, that's your whole savings account. I might want to check that. That might put me in the red. I don't know. That $2 drop I just made was a little flamboyant. Well, and as you can see, first place is what, $50? Yeah, from Miss Tay, 52, I think. So I got a ways to go to get to first place. $51 from Miss Tay. Leah with $27. No, I think $28 now because she gave a buck earlier. So Leah's in second with $28. Angel Roll in third with 25, and Jake Fire with 20 is in fourth. So I got a ways to go. Leah with $2 says, why the fuck would you trust a plane from Qatar? Well, like even Republicans, like conservatives are jumping on him about this, about him taking this Qatari plane for Air Force One. Supposedly it's a really fucking nice jet. Like it's, you know, it's that, what is Qatar? Abu Dhabi? No, that's UAE. But Qatar is still one of those countries where like really rich Americans go to do, I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. But, yeah, it is kind of strange that Mr. Tariffs, because America first and make America great again, and we got to move more manufacturing back to America. It is kind of weird that he would take a plane from Qatar. I do agree that, like, it's not the biggest issue in the United States right now. Like, it's not a make or break kind of a thing, but it is. I think it's kind of a dick move. Nicole says, serious question, Toe. Serious answer. Which is better for you, Rumble Premium or membership? Probably be a membership to the channel would be better. Unless you don't want ads. If you become a Rumble Premium member, then you don't have to do ads. But if you're asking what's better for just the channel, membership would be it. Leah says he should take the plane and sell it and put the profits towards the deficit. See, that would be creative. That's see, now that's thinking outside the box a little bit. I don't hate that idea. 135 is the number for today. Sean says free is free. Find anything suspicious, Trump could push the big button. Why risk it? Oh, Leah is letting us know that you don't have ads if you have a channel membership. Well, there you go, guys. Spend $5 on your Steel Toe channel membership on Rumble or gift one to somebody. And if you have a membership on the channel, you don't have to watch ads. Oh, my God. You know, as a guy who's really big on Rumble, I should know that shit. I should be telling you guys that and promoting it. That if you, is that really? So if you have a membership, all of you who complain about ads and all of that shit, then, yeah, then fucking become a member. Jesus. Red Fox Mad with $1.99. Thank you very much, buddy. Sam Show loves black men. Says the Shuley Network brought up a good point today. What did the old Shules say? You didn't deny the message regarding what you said about your children, which is far more horrible than the cum eating thing, which you've denied also. Well, yeah, doesn't that tell you that I'm probably telling the truth? It doesn't matter if something sounds horrible. If it's true, I'll own up to it. I don't remember the text about the kids. It was back in December of 2023. But I probably said it, and that is a really fucking shitty, horrible thing to write. It was during a stressful time. You know, my partner was just getting into copious amounts of cocaine, and that was very jarring. And it was causing problems. And I was probably in a not good state. And yeah, that was the only text I saw where I was like, oh man, that's fucking really shitty. The rest of them are like, it was the past. It was a mistake. It was a bad time. What are you going to do? That one really sucks. I'm glad I'm not that guy anymore. I'm glad I've grown past that. I'm glad I've gotten better. But yeah, Sam Show loves black men. I'm glad that Shuli Network pointed that out, and I'm glad you said that, because if that proves anything, it proves that when I say the April text isn't true, you know I'm fucking telling you straight, because I'm willing to cop to something that's far worse. Because in this whole process, I've been nothing if not painfully fucking open and honest about my mistakes. Buffalo Jockey with $5 says, by time it's outfitted to be suitable to use as Air Force One, it'll be the end of his presidency and go to the presidential library. Well, that's an interesting point too. Buffalo Jockey, I like that one. I never thought of that. $5 from Vadam says, what happened at that Hackamania event with the pedo Patrick Melton the Jew? He needs to be put in a re-education camp. Jesus. Oh my God. That is fucking brutal. Oh, Sam Show loves black men didn't even want my serious answer, which was actually a really good answer, and I was really glad you asked that question. And good for Shuli for pointing that out too, because it shows that, yeah, if it's true, I'll say it's true. If it's not, I'll say it's not. But he said, this was meant for Aaron's chat more than Aaron, because I just wanted to see the anti-Semitism from his fans about Shuli. Thanks. Sam Show loves black men. I just gave an amazing, deep, thoughtful answer to that question about personal growth and honesty and openness. And you went, I just wanted to see your fans say Jew. All right. You know what we have to admit? Sam Show loves black men got me. He definitely got me. Cunnilingo TV says, imagine admitting you actually watch the Shuli Network. I mean, different strokes for different folks. Sam Show loves black men says, imagine saying that here. This is too easy. One thing you got to give me, though, I got a better sense of humor than all these guys. Tridio with $2 says, go check your door. Oh, God. What did you do? Are we going to have to play a little music while I go check my door? Or is Tridio just seeing if I'll fall for this? Kraken Slappin' becoming a member for 36 months. Says, I can't believe how many people get excited over a double chin, non-busting 90 golfing guy. Definitely all gay. You're right. I can't break 90. Thank you. Sam Show loves black men says, Sam Show, I'm waiting for you to pipe me out. I hope you trimmed your fingernails like I asked. God. I don't know who that is, but they're quickly becoming one of my favorite chatters. I mean, if they threw in a couple of bucks with some of this hilarity, that would be great. But hell, if it's funny enough, I'm usually willing to overlook that. 125 away from today, and we got an hour left. You guys are doing great. Thank you very much. Leah says, if he sent you Five Guys, I'm going to laugh my ass off. All right, let me fire up some music here real quick. I'm going to go. Tridio says, go to the door. Guys, throw in a couple of bucks. I'll be right back. Fucking hell. Tridio, thank you. Well, I guess I shouldn't thank you yet. Someone says, is Aaron getting swatted? No, I'm not getting swatted. But Tridio did. SP's coming over in a little while. Maybe I should wait And I should share with SP. Now, Gordy saw me brought food down here, and he can smell it. Now, Gordy ran down here. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. There's a shitload of fries. They're double bagging this shit. Oh, I see why they're double bagging. I've never really been like a Five Guys guy. Look at this. There's a big cup of fries. They're spilling all over the place. Oh my God, look at the size of this fucking burger. Holy shit. Tridio, where the fuck does this stuff come from? First of all, you do know that from Five Guys, this right here is about $240 worth of Five Guys. Oh my God. And then he gets one order of fries. And then look at how many fries are still in that bag. Look at that. That's insanity. Yeah, I'm letting SP eat that. I might pick it a fry. Fuck, they're so salty though. They're so salty. Oh, thank you so much, Tridio. That's very kind of you. Dusty Rhodes says, I delivered the food and put cum all over it. Oh, see, I didn't. Joke's on me. Joke's on me. Aaron Imholt with $2 says, with no headphones, I look like a chemo patient. Do I? Do I look like a little, you know what? A little bit. 191 Redbird with $5 says, you're going to eat it, Butterboy, and complain tomorrow about feeling bloated. Buffalo Jockey with $1 says, Gordy chases the smell of unhealthy, greasy food. Dogs really do take after their owners. It's not nice. It's really unkind. Oh my God, look at him. He's just sitting there. Are you being a good boy? Do you want to come here? You a good boy? Come on. Look at him. There he is. You hate it down here, don't you, buddy? Do you want? Hey, this is not good for you. These are so salty. I shouldn't be giving. I'm going to give you these on camera, and people are going to go, oh my God, he abuses his dog. Do you want a fry? Oh, look at Gordy. He loves it so much. Oh, Gordy loves his fries. Is that delicious? Do you like it, bud? Do you like, is it good? Is that tasty? Do you want another one? Do you want one more? Do you want one more fry? Let's give you one more, then we'll do a show. You want to? Oh my God! Oh Jesus! Do they want to listen to you make eating noises? One more, and then we'll call it a night for you. Here you go. All right, are you a good boy? Was that yummy? Are you gonna have the shits later? All right. There you go, Gordy. Good boy. No, you gotta go. Now he's just gonna sit there staring at me all night. Gordy, you gotta. Gordy, go. Oh my God. That is a metric fuck ton of salt. Tridio with $2 says, last time you had Five Guys, the sauce was different. Sean Linane says, Five Guys knock on the door. Aaron mouths the salty sweetness. Taste Fairy Ialto says, that dog is going to be able to shit through a screen door. He really is. Bigot on Socialist Media says, little rat dogs always look scared. Well, yeah, I mean, he's sitting there right now just staring at me. Oh, and he's licking his lips, too. He wants more. He wants more of those fries. I'm sorry, but, like, you can't just sit here and stare at me. It's going to make me feel weird. Oh, he's being so good. He's being such a good boy. My Lost Interest says, curious, what do Five Guys taste like? Salty. It's very salty. Five Guys. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted me to say? Do you want me to say, oh, Five Guys, so salty in my mouth. Oh, man. All of that salt. Just, oh man, just the greasy saltiness is so warm in my mouth. Is that good? Is that all right? Is that what you were looking for? 120. Rust Belt says Gordy's doing his best Nick swinging impression. Well, that's how I felt then too. Is it just someone sitting there? You're working, you're going to work, and someone's just staring at you. It's like, I'm not okay with this. And then when you tell them, hey, whoa, 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 they leave and start screaming and hitting themselves. The fuck. Dad Vet with $2 says, did Nick eat pineapple? I don't know. Well, I mean, Jesus. First, you got to take your industrial grade dissolvable tablets so you can even feel it. Never mind. Aaron Imholt with $2 says, I'm actually talking to Nick in the corner. He has a cuck chair right there for the show, you know? It's his favorite place to sit. It's weird. I'm like, you could sit anywhere you want to. It's always that damn chair. Makes me uncomfortable. 1:15 away from tonight. Thank you guys very much. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Thank you so much for contributing to this program. Go ahead and throw in a few, and in the next hour, we'll have this thing all hammered out. Thanks again, guys. So Aaron Imholt is now up to $6. He's now up to $6. All right, let's go do a Florida story. Thank you, Tridio. That is so nice of you. I'm going to have to heat this up. I don't know if I should be eating this late at night, but I have that Ninja Foodie. I can throw this stuff in the fridge. I can put that in the Ninja Foodie tomorrow after the gym, and I can totally defeat the purpose of my workout. It's great. All right, let's go to this Miami, Florida story. I'm going to be a little over a week from now. I'm going to be in the old Keys. I'm going to be in the key, not the gay key. I'm not going to be in the gay key. I don't want people trying to find out what key I'm in, but I'm not going to be in the gay key. Everyone's going to go, oh, Aaron, going to Keys, are you? The gay key, aren't you? You don't. First of all, we can't even agree on which key is the gay key. And I'm not going to be in the gay key. All right, let's go to the only thing is, like, now I'm going to Florida, and now all of a sudden there's all these, like, gator eating people stories, and gators threatening to eat people, and gators walking up to people's doors and just trying to get in their homes, like the big bad wolf. And, like, you know, I know it's a 1 in a million thing or whatever, but, like, it's fucking with me a little bit. This is the latest one I saw. This one's Miami. Now, this one's not exactly where I'm going to be, but...
Deputies, all right, watch this one, too. Knock, knock. Who's there? Well, not the visitor you probably would want to wake up to or see at your front door.
Not the visitor you'd want to see or look at your front door. Who? Oh, sorry. I thought you were doing a knock, knock joke. That's salt. I've only had like 3 of those fries, and that salt is fucking with me, dude. Did you notice that? She started a knock-knock joke and then totally abandoned it.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Well, not the visitor you probably would want to wake up to or see at your front door.
Who? She's not going to finish the fucking joke.
This gator came chomping to a person's doorstep in Lee County. Deputies, along with the FWC, responded to the home, and it took some...
That is fucking cool how they do that, though. How they, like, get him, wrapped up by the tail, wrapped up over the mouth, and they get, like, a lasso thing over him. There's 2 ways to do it. There's the way these animal control people do it, like really, kind of cautious, and they've got their equipment. And then there's like the guys that you see on TV, and they just jump on his back and start wrestling him and putting him in a rear naked choke. And they've got big beards, and they're wearing sleeveless cutoff camo shirts. Like, I got him. We got him. We're loading him in the truck. There's 2 ways to do it, both equally effective in the state of Florida.
Time, but authorities did manage to secure that roaming critter. May is the start of alligator mating season, which typically comes with behavior like this.
Oh, so they're trying to fuck. So those gators are going to get into your house and they're going to have sex with you. You do have to be careful about that shit. You're going to end up getting gator raped. It's not good.
Gators wandering into places that they shouldn't be.
So are gators a metaphor for other people who have been destroying American neighborhoods, or is it? No, I didn't. No, you know what? You're right. I didn't I didn't think so either. I didn't think. Why do people think I'm going to the Keys to get married? It's not happening, folks. That's not what I'm going there for. Sam Show says, yep, you're going to the gay key for sure. I'm not going to the gay key. Marble Arm says you're going to the bouquet key. Bukkake. Which key? I hope I'm not going to the gay key. Phrase gay key refer. No, I'm not going to the gay key. That's not the key I'm going to. Is this one the gay key? It's not specifically known as a gay key. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. Here I thought SP, because like SP is the Florida person. I'm not. I've only been to Orlando. I think she's been to a couple places. And I kind of let her kind of give me the what's what in terms of Florida, and I was worried we were going to end up at the gay key, and it looks like we didn't. Whew. Whew. Marble Arm says I'd shoot at that fucker like he was a DoorDasher. Instant handbag. Yeah, I think you should be allowed to just put a shotgun right in an alligator's mouth and off you go. Sean Lenane says knock knock. Hello, 3-iron to the skull works. Do you think you could hurt an alligator with their fucking German helmet head with a 3-iron? Not the way I swing it. Bigot on socialist media says that gator is a fat boy, probably not fast. Well, you know, some of those fat boys can run. Taste Ferre Alto says when it comes to gators, all you have to do is stick your thumb in their butthole. You know, this is true. And if you can live with being a guy who sodomized an alligator with your thumb, it is an effective way to neutralize them. Really, I mean, sticking your thumb up something's ass is a great way to neutralize just about anything. I mean, anything can be neutralized if you put something in its asshole. I mean, I know if I'm doing some bad shit and somebody puts a finger in my ass, I'm just going, yeah, okay. I just immediately seize up and stop what I'm doing. Not that I would know. I've never had anything in my ass. And I know nobody believes that. It's going to be an uphill battle I have to fight for the rest of my life. But the point is, if someone puts something in my ass, I would be concerned if someone could have something in their ass and just carry on as though nothing were happening. You know? Marble Arm says John J. Riley would step out and put a hollow point in that gator. Goddamn right he would. Goddamn right he would. Nicole says, you're getting married? Congrats. 3rd or 4th time is the charm. I'm not getting married. And now you put me in a weird spot because I'm not saying I'm not because I wouldn't want to or that it's not something that wouldn't be fantastic or phenomenal. I'm saying that's not what I'm going there for. So now you're putting me in a position to make it sound like, you know, like I don't want to. But you know you're doing that. Hair E-balls says surprise finger in the butt. But is it a surprise? Is it? Bigot on socialist media says might be able to thumb its ass the 2nd or 3rd time it's got you in a death roll. Yeah, you're going to have to really, I mean, if you're in a death roll, your chances of getting out of there are not very good. But like I said, that sometimes that thumb in the ass can be the old Hail Mary, so to speak. 115 away from tonight's goal. Let's go ahead and throw in a couple of bucks. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Throw us a couple of bucks and let's see if we can hammer it out. So, do you remember this Tory Lanez? Tory Lanez is the guy. Okay, this is funny. Aaron Imholt with another $2. I'm up to $8 now. Says Nick has to give the ring back before I marry again. What a cuck move to keep another guy's wedding ring. Oh, God, it's so gross. I mean, she doesn't want it. She's got a new boyfriend who knows Nick's a piece of shit and he gives him the finger in traffic. I mean, so she doesn't want it. She's moved on, and thank God. I don't want it, but it's also odd that he still worships it. It's beyond gay. A rep for the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation confirms that Tory Lanez was attacked by another prisoner in a housing unit at California Correctional Institution, stabbed 14 times this morning. If you don't know who Tory Lanez is, he is, I believe he's the one who's in jail for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. He's a rapper, and I think the two were dating at the time, and he, you know, as rappers do, with very little provocation and not much of a reason as to why, he shot her, I believe, in the foot. He shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. He got 10 years in prison, and apparently doesn't show much great judgment in there either because he pissed someone off enough that they stabbed him 14 times. They did not disclose his current condition. Tory was rushed to a hospital off prison grounds to receive further treatment. He's not getting out of prison. They're not going to let him out over this, but they are going to obviously keep him in the hospital until he's stable. He was in the yard of the California Correctional Institution Monday morning when another inmate stabbed him, according to multiple sources, including one in law enforcement. It's unclear what the motivation was for the attack, but one source says Tory was rushed by ambulance to a hospital in Bakersfield. Just last week, he posted a picture of himself looking pretty buff behind bars and bragging his next album would be dropping soon. Okay, well, there you go. That's a terrible idea. First of all, how do you have access to your social media when you're in prison? I mean, remember when we thought it was crazy and bougie that prisoners got like TV and cable and all of that shit in their cell? And now what? They get to update people on Instagram? So is he in like a rich guy's prison or is he in a, well, no, he's clearly not in a rich guy's prison. He's in a fucking get stabbed 14 times in the stomach prison. But like, yeah, if you're going on social media and you're popping off about your album and you're popping off about all this great shit you got coming up, yeah, a few prisoners might be pissed off at you. And I don't know if you know this or not, but they're in prison. Not a lot of those guys have great anger management techniques. We got a little bit of a news update on this.
Tory Lanez got out of prison. Not the way he wanted to get out of prison, and only temporarily.
He does look like he'd be a bitch. I mean, all the tattoos are clearly compensating for something. The chains way more than he does. I mean, he kind of looks mildly inbred, a little retarded. Yeah, this looks like a guy who gets fucked in the butt and stabbed in jail.
But he is in a hospital.
I mean, your big crime, your big tough guy crime is that you shot a bitch in the foot. It's not, nobody's going to be intimidated by that story.
Right now as we speak, getting treated for stabbing injuries that he suffered this morning at the California State Prison where he is doing time for the Megan Thee Stallion shooting. What we're told is that he was outside of his cell. We're not sure if it was the yard or if it was still within the prison walls, but was stabbed multiple times and had to be rushed to a hospital by ambulance.
I always wonder this about prison, like, not the sex. How do you get stabbed 14 times and you're not dead? Like, I just imagine you're so full of holes that you leak out enough blood where you just die. I imagine that the shit they make their shanks out of aren't that strong, so like maybe it's not 14 deep wounds. But I imagine you get stabbed 14 times. I mean, they got to get lucky and hit something important, right?
Are trying to get information about what the status of what his condition is right now. And it
fucking owie. That's his condition. He got stabbed 14 times. He's doing fucking great.
It sounds at the very least serious. Murky. It's definitely serious.
Yeah, you know what? Let's all get stabbed 14 times and we can tell you how unserious it is.
So obviously, we've been reaching out to everyone involved.
Well, I mean, come on. If this guy doesn't know what's on and popping in the prison yard, I don't know who does.
One source said that it was non-life-threatening injuries, but then we have other people that are telling us that, this was a very...
if he was wearing this puffy Kevlar thing, then maybe he would have made it.
Very serious stabbing, I mean, as any stabbing is, and that he, was rushed to the hospital. So we're pushing and trying to get a more clear-cut update. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely crazy because I believe just a week ago there was a photo of him that surfaced.
Less than that. Where he posted this.
Yeah, he was smiling or looking good. He looks super
looking
buff
pretty fit, yeah,
and looks good. And then just to think that, less than a week later he would be transferred to the hospital is
yeah, because nobody in prison like smiles one day and then gets fucked in the butt or stabbed or anything. I mean, that's everybody in prison. They look so happy all the time. I don't get it.
Obviously a very serious situation.
What happens in prison? I mean, this is not the first one, but when you're high profile, and we've seen it with others, your target.
Yeah, you probably get points, You stab a Tory Lanez in jail, that's some high-profile shit. And if people don't like him very much, probably raises your profile up there. Sean Linane with $20 says Jake Fire moving. Oh, it's Jake Fire. Thank you very much. Jake Fire is now at $40. That's putting him in second place. Let's throw Jake Fire up there for 40. That puts Leah now at 28. And Angel Roll in fourth with 25. Well, thank you guys very much for that. That's awesome. Sean Linane with that $20. That puts us at an even hundo for tonight. Thank you guys. Keep it going. Says he can't be the one bottom of three women. He needs to be the meat in the middle. Vidam with $5 says, what? Back the truck up. April got a new boyfriend and lives in Wilmer. I thought she moved back in with her parents. She probably did for a little bit. I know in my case, that her parents' house was her address when they subpoenaed her. But, when you first get a job again and you have no money, it takes a couple of months for you to get first month's, last month's rent. She probably did that. She probably stayed at the parents for a couple of months. Boom, got a place. Got it all figured out. Buffalo Jockey with $1 says prisons are full of smuggled cell phones. Guards make a great income bringing in contraband. That's a good point. Yeah. You're not going to get rich being a prison guard, so anything you can make on the side, it's a bonus. $95 away from tonight. Do it, guys. Keep going. We can knock this thing out. We got about 45 minutes left. That's plenty of time. Plenty of time to knock out that $95 and call it a win for the toe. All right, let's catch up with the chat here. Hulkamasha Baby says short, shallow stabs didn't hit an artery or a main vein. Buffalo Jockey says his condition, he's well ventilated. His attacker must have made his shiv out of toothpicks, says My Lost Interest. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I'm not an expert in prison stabbing. Sean Linane says, looking to be stabbed with that outfit. Oh, you're saying, what was he wearing? He deserved it. How dare you? That's so scandalous. Marble Arm says, maybe he got stabbed in the ass 14 times. To which MSO goes, Aaron got stabbed in jail, but not by a shiv. You guys do understand that it makes you, the way your brain works is kind of gay, no? Sean Linane says, that's definitely an I'm sticking it in you with that outrageous outfit. MSO says, congratulations. Are you wedding registered at Dunkin' Donuts? Now, how is that nice? How is that nice? From someone you look up to and respect and admire. Crunchy's back. Hey, Crunchy. She says, I just got my mail and I had $300 in Stony gift cards. Add that to the $200 I already had hanging on my fridge. What am I supposed to do with this? Go drink? I think you can use one each time you go, Crunchy. Go ahead and have a couple of drinks. But if you just want to take that 500 in Stonies and just turn it into cash and give it to the toe, I mean, that's fine too. MSO says, R.I.P. Crunchy. Crunchy, why'd you have to show up? Now they're going to get all horny. This is what always happens. Crunchy shows up with $10 and all of a sudden the guys start either saying that Crunchy's dead or they start saying show tits. One of the two. MSO says R.I.P. Crunchy. Oh, Crunchy is alive. $90 away from tonight. Thank you very much. Oh, here's Chad Buzamok. He says, tagged you on X with the prison fantasies clip you requested. I'm not going to like this. Matter of fact, I'm going to fucking hate this. I know I am. Sean Lenane says, Crunchy needs to throw a party. Well, if you ask Crunchy nicely, maybe she'll throw you a couple of Stoney's gift cards. I don't know. All I know is Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, gifted memberships. We're on our way. $90 away from tonight's goal. Let's finish it up in the next 40 minutes. Should we go to Twitter? Should we see? I'm sure Chad Buzamok cut something totally in context. It's totally fine. It in no way is it fucking goofy or weird. I'm sure it's totally oh, you motherfucker. Clips of Aaron prison fantasies as requested. Well, let's see what Buzamok's got. I'm sure it's fair. I always wonder this about prison, like the sex. Wait, no, that was so clearly a hard cut. The video was in two places. Go back. I always wonder this about prison, like the sex. Look, it adjusted. The whole thing clipped. Everybody can see that. It was so clearly not what I said in succession. That was pulled from two different parts. I always wonder this about prison, like the sex. I said not the sex, and you cut that part out. You know you did, you son of a bitch. I want you to admit it. Tell these nice people that you lied to them. Leah says, Aaron, you need to follow me on Twitter so I can... Well, give me your Twitter handle and I'll go follow you. Buzamok says, no, I zoomed in on your face at the end so you could see the joy in your eyes thinking about prison sex. My Lost Interest says, not edited. MSO says, smooth as glass. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I'm showing it again. You guys know that this was edited. One more time. You'll see it. You'll see the big... I always wonder this about prison. Like... Right there! That was clearly edited. I always wonder this about prison. Like... the sex. You gotta believe me. You gotta believe me. Sean Lenane says, Jake Fire getting the 1 in the pink, 2 in the stink on the leaderboard. Well, he's close. He's close. Bigot on Socialist Media says, it's possible it was edited, but it's pretty smooth. Hulkamasha Baby says, no cuts. See, I couldn't disagree more with that. It looks like that was heavily edited. I mean, I would remember what I said and what I didn't say, and I did not say those words in that order. Again, it was clipped together. Marble Arm says it's exactly how I remember it. Let's see. This seems like a conspiracy. $90 away from tonight's goal. Throw in a few bucks. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We're close. I want to finish it up. Great news if you're a sports fan. Not only are the Timberwolves going to go 3-1 over Golden State tonight, we're going to get another win over a Steph Curry-less Golden State Warriors, but also Rich Eisen is back at ESPN. I'll keep this short because I know some of you absolutely hate sports. But Rich Eisen was one of those guys when we were kids. He was, I think, wasn't it Rich Eisen and Stuart Scott who did SportsCenter? He will be returning to ESPN as part of the network's direct-to-consumer offering. Eisen left ESPN in 2003 to join NFL. God, he's been gone for 22 years. Holy shit. Since 2015, he's been doing the Rich Eisen Show on the Roku channel. He also, I think, does pretty well on YouTube. His clips do pretty well there. Nearly 2 years ago, it was reported that ESPN had plans to create a standalone direct-to-consumer streaming service. It's not ESPN Plus. It's codenamed Flagship. Would differ from ESPN Plus and provide customers with full access to the ESPN channel without a cable subscription. Eisen will reportedly bring his show to ESPN in the fall, coinciding with the launch of the new service. Well, there you go. So Rich Eisen is going to be back at ESPN. They're going to be starting their own digital streaming channel that's kind of connected to ESPN, but kind of separate. You got to give ESPN this. They know that they know that they're fucking up. They know that things aren't going well. They got like McAfee, Stephen A. Smith, and Russo, and that's about it. So they're trying to get more personalities that people like. Aaron Imholt with another $2 says, I was in the sun all day today. Maybe I did say it. But then I would have said that. I wouldn't need you to say that. You don't. Why would that? $85 away from today's goal. Throw in a couple of bucks. We got about a half hour left. Let's get this thing knocked out and call it another win for the toe. Thank you, guys. Jay Fish says, and your boy Keith. Well, yeah, Keith Olbermann was on a long time ago. He was on when we were kids. But Leah says ESPN is going to buy NFL Network, I bet. Ooh, could they? I guess, yeah, fucking Disney. What am I talking about? Leah says with Steph Curry, things would be different. Well, they were different. I mean, game 1, they had Steph Curry. We lost. Games 2 and 3 without Steph Curry, we got the win. Game 3, we played like dog shit, and we were still able to pull that one out. But I think tonight we go up 3-1, and then we gotta win these next 2. Because Steph Curry ain't coming back until at least game 6. So if we can sneak off and win these next 2, wrap it up, eliminate Golden State, we don't have to worry about Steph Curry. And can we be honest? We never got to talk about this. Draymond Green tried to pull this whole victim card like, oh, the NBA's just treating me like I'm an angry black man. That's why I get called for all these technicals and flagrant fouls. Fuck that noise, bitch. You are one of the dirtiest players in the game, and that's fine. You know, basketball needs that guy. They needed Dennis Rodman. They needed Bill Laimbeer. They needed Rick Mahorn. They need the dirty guy who will throw an elbow in somebody's teeth. But when you get caught throwing an elbow in somebody's teeth, you don't get to pull the race card. In the NBA, you want to pull the I'm being targeted for being a black man. That might work in the NHL, bro, or lacrosse, but it ain't going to work in the National Basketball Association. Angry black man, my aching ass. Vadam says, what injury did Seth get? You mean Steph? Steph Curry, strained hamstring, pulled. I think it was a strained hamstring, level 1 strain. Leah says, Draymond is an angry black man. He's a dirty player. Well, yeah, I mean, he might be an angry black man, but that's not why he's getting called for flagrant fouls and technicals. He's getting called for flagrant fouls and technicals because he's fucking elbowing people in the face. Bigot on socialist media says probably good enough to win, even if Curry was fit. It's not like you lost the first game by a lot. Well, that's true. I'm not saying we couldn't beat Golden State. Like I'm not saying that if they had Steph Curry, the Timberwolves would just fold and they'd lose right away. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend it's not going to be a lot easier while he's out. I mean, it has been, clearly. It's been a shitload easier since he's been gone. So, yes, tonight, 9 o'clock Central Time, I believe, is the tip-off between the Wolves and the Warriors. All right, guys, I'm getting a little nervous. Where are we at now? We're at 85. $85 away from tonight's goal, and $85 away from a perfect night. Let's hammer that out. Let's call it a win for the toe. 300 of you checking out the program. Let's get this thing locked down with a quick 85 and a W for the toe. Like we said, we've been passing a lot of goal savings on this week because shit is just, knock wood. Shit's just going well, and we couldn't be happier about it. But if you guys want to keep us on a win streak, hell, we appreciate it. All right, let's go to the next one. A high school teacher is quitting. This is actually pretty based. This female school teacher is quitting the profession because she said the kids are completely lost. She's like, fuck it, I'm out. I'm not. I kind of like this because there's so many teachers who are like Michelle Pfeiffer in Dangerous Minds, and they're like, I'm going to reach these kids and I'm going to fight. Or they're like Morgan Freeman in Lean on Me or whatever that movie is. They're like, oh, I'm going to turn this around. And you smoke crack, don't you, Tibbs? Or whatever the fuck he says to that kid. Well, why don't you just jump? Sims, isn't it? Sims is smoking. And you're smoking crack, aren't you, Sims? Then why don't you just jump off the roof? Go ahead and jump, Sims. Well, I think we should equally salute the teachers who just admit these kids are a fucking mess. I want nothing to do with it. Get me the fuck out of here. I kind of like that attitude too. So let's take a listen to, and she's young too. I like that too. She's like, I'm not going to waste 15 years of my life trying to get this shit going only to find out when I'm 40 that the last 15 years of my life has been bullshit. I'm getting the fuck out of here while the getting's good. Good for her.
For not very long, but I guess the last few weeks I have
been having a fry.
writing some rants during my planning period. I'm in a classroom right now. Go Bulldogs. And
oh my God, I am not shitting you. I just reached in the bag and it made some noise. And Gordy came sprinting down here. And then he ran right back upstairs. I don't know. Let me see if I do it again. Hold on. Nope, he didn't do it that time. So I'll just have a fry.
And this will not be my classroom after Friday. I'm actually leaving the profession. I am quitting. Well, actually, I did quit, but Friday is my last day. I think we have a month left of school after that, and I will not be the teacher in this classroom. I've recorded a video like this several times, but I think that instead of just completely putting...
Dude, this job has broken her. This job has psychologically tortured her to the point where she's like having trouble just saying, fuck this shit, I quit. Technology is ruining your child's education. That's the title of the video.
It's not even my school, but just how education is these days on blast. There is one issue I really, really, really want to talk about.
I wish she was so based where she was like, these fucking LGBTQ kids, I mean, they just want way too much attention. It's obnoxious. I can't stand the flags and all the brainwashing. That would be a great rant.
Who is leaving, that I feel like a lot of people have tried to address, but school boards and superintendents and people who actually can make this true difference in their school districts aren't listening. I actually wrote basically what felt like an essay.
You know what this is? This is a woman who got, oh, hey, Gord. Come here, bud. Everyone wants to see you again. You want another French fry, don't you? You're going to have the drizzly shits, aren't you, buddy? Do you want drizzle shit? Yes, Gordy wants drizzle shits. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? There you go. Do you think I'll make $80 in the next 25 minutes with you? Oh, no, are you okay? You want to go get some water? Oh, no, you're all right. Mwah. Good boy. Kisses? Oh, I just such a good boy, Gordy. You're such a good boy. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. No, so she's one of these people who got into teaching going like, I can make a difference. Everyone in this profession is here to help. Everyone in this position and in this profession is here to enrich the lives of these children. Then she got in there and they found out that all the administrators and all the principals are like, fuck it. We're just trying to, get our service in so we can retire with a full pension. We're just trying to maintain the status quo. We gave up on trying to help a long time ago. Tridio with $2 says, I guess you could call that a vocal fry. Hey-o!
In my exit survey for this county. And what I really want to talk about is how technology is ruining education.
All right.
So in my county, every student in the county, I believe from 6th grade through 12th grade, gets their own district or county distributed iPad. Every kid gets an iPad for the school year. And
not only that, dude, I remember when I was working in Litchfield, they had to have like a referendum. They had to raise money. They had to raise property taxes in the community. It was like really hotly debated so that the school could spend money giving each kid an iPad, so that each kid could have a tablet that they could take home with them. It would be theirs. This was probably around 2010, 2012. So that every kid could have one of these, and they had to hit the people up for more money for it. And it's like, God, really? Does a kid need to be hooked into an iPad constantly to do their homework? Is that good?
And they are to turn it back in at the end of the school year, and then they get it back in August or whenever we come back. I have seen where to even begin? A lot of what I'm going to talk about is a little bit drawn from other videos I have seen, but it opened my eyes to so many things, and I have been wondering why the technology sucked so much and why I hated it. And for a while, because I'm an English teacher as of this moment right now.
And you couldn't practice word economy? That's odd to me.
But before I taught English, I was in a computer lab and I taught digital arts. I taught a class called multimedia, which was to teach students how to use like word processing programs, PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, and other just online tools that sixth graders need to know about. And I have taught a little bit of computer science. I'm not really computer science savvy, but it was an introductory course and I could teach them a little bit of coding. That's not the point.
I don't fucking care. Get to the cocksucking fucking point.
Point is, I thought I hated technology because kids were iPad kids growing up and they just have too much access to games and entertainment, and they don't want to use technology for education. They want to use it for entertainment.
All right, I'm fast forwarding. I appreciate what she's trying to say, but holy fucking shit. Oh God, and now it wants to rewind. Oh, it wants to reload. Okay.
For not very long. Doesn't matter. We've got to start reintegrating this. We've got to start getting rid of the technology and bringing back the things that worked. And if you've made it this far in this video and you're wondering why...
No shit. Thank you for acknowledging that.
I'm leaving the classroom. That's a whole story for another time, but to give you a synopsis, I wasn't always a teacher. I went into teaching 3 years ago to see... This was for me. I come from a long line of...
You know what? I'm calling this a win-win. Because I don't want her to be a teacher because she's fucking insufferable. The nerve of her to think, and I'm on her side, but the nerve of her to think that she's somehow above it all. And then also she gets to get away from these little shitbags. Good for her. But then they don't have to be taught by such a vapid, self-obsessed asshole. Oh my God.
Of teachers, and the schedule sounds...
Here. I don't like that they have tablets. It lowers their attention span. I'm fucking outie. Boom. 30-second video. Great job. 9.5 minutes of this shit. And every time we fast forward to another part, she's going, well, yeah, but that's not what this video is about anyway.
Sounded appealing, and the opportunity to work with teenagers sounded appealing. I really like working with...
The chance to work with teenagers sounded appealing. I'd rather put a fucking nail through my head with a nail gun. I'd rather Anton Chigurh put a fucking cattle stud right through my fucking eyeballs than work with teenagers.
With younger groups and like teaching and, you know, just in general. And
She's
truly,
the
technology has ruined it. The behavior, which is another something that's coming from all of this, has ruined it. And my main motivator for leaving was the pay. But I think that if the experience overall had been better, I could have toughed it out with the pay. But it's just been a really poor experience. This generation is...
I hate her. Wow, teenagers are assholes. Really? I didn't know. Thanks a lot. Boy, I've never seen someone start with a position that I'm so susceptible to agreeing with, and I end with, good, then get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Pack your shit and go. Good Lord with this lady. Oh my God, can I not stand her? My Lost Interest says she's quitting for her OnlyFans account. Oh, see, I didn't know that. That's totally different. Crunchy with $50. Crunchy is now in first place. Look at that. Look at Crunchy coming in here with the 60 total. There she is. That's a funny comment, too. We're going to get to that in a second. Miss Tay is in second at 51. Jake Fire is in third at 40. And Leah is in fourth. I think Leah's actually at 29 now. And that's going to knock Angel Roll out of the top 5, unfortunately. But Crunchy with $50 says, as a white woman with a pit bull, please put down Gordy's owner. He's not bred for modern society. He's squishy. Gordy's chill, though, like Princess Leia. Thank you, Crunchy. $5 from Marble Arms. Buffalo Jockey with $1 says, Gordy sprinted and didn't die of a heart attack. Guess dogs don't take after their owners. Leah says, can you replace Johnny with Gordy? That's not very nice. So let's see, 35, 40. We are $45 away from tonight's goal. Can we knock it out? I think we can. $45 away from today. Let's go to Jane Says, because I guess I can now spill the beans. Jesse P.S. and I were talking over the weekend. And Jesse P.S. was, he was encouraging me. He's like, sorry, I'm eating. That was so fucking unprofessional. Did you see how instinctive that was for me? I'm just, why don't I grab and eat something? You fat fuck. Jesse P.S. was trying to tell me, he's like, oh, it would be so funny if you went after a revenge porn case. That would be hilarious, blah, 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 blah. And believe me, I agree. That would be really fucking funny. And don't get me wrong, Nick Rekieta is 100% the person who spearheaded putting those charges on me. 1,000%. He led the thing. He spoke more than anybody else he spoke more than everyone else combined in the discovery. And he wanted this. He wanted to find a way to silence me. That was his big thing. So I understand where people would find that funny, including Jesse P.S. And I understand people like that want content. The only thing I wanted to bring to the attention of any attorney was that Nick he's a drug addict. He's a felon. He's on probation. He's unhinged. He has a vendetta. And now he's making thinly veiled death threats. And I don't give a shit, because if it were just me, I wouldn't fucking care. You know, aim high, Willis, you fucking pussy. But I got kids. I got people I love who spend time here. And people get desperate when they have nothing to live for. And, you know, when people are crashing out and they haven't showered and they're greased. I mean, looks like a guy at the end of his rope. So I just wanted to send that stuff in, you know, and just say, hey, what do you recommend? What do you suggest? But like, as far as like lawsuits and charges and shit, I don't know. But I understand where that would be funny for Jesse. But I don't know. He says, Jesse proved that you didn't gobble that CUM. Well, I know I didn't. Of course not. Most of the internet knows that. Jesse is your worst enemy and best friend. I love Jesse. I think Jesse's great. I'm a Pizza Fund member, for Christ's sake. Another win for the toe. No, I like Jesse. Jesse's all right. Jesse's Kanye performance was fantastic. All right, man. $45 away from today. We got 15 minutes left, guys. Let's push forward. Let's rally for 45 and call it a perfect Saturday and a win for the toe. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Papa Shop says both of you sampled each other's chowder. Look, man, if that were like Shuli said today, I'll admit to the kids thing, and that was a shitty text, and that was a retarded guy back in a really difficult time in his life. I'll cop to that one, and that one's way worse than any of the other stuff. So if I tell you something didn't happen, you know I'm telling the truth. If I tell you something did happen, especially if it's humiliating to me, you know it happened. But So, yes, it would be very humiliating to Nick if that was the case. The worst he ever did was he slept face first in mine for months, but I don't think he knew that. I don't think he was aware. But, what do you do? Jane says, Aaron, you have all of them. Melton, Ape, Nick, sue them all. God. I don't know. That seems like a giant fucking waste of time. Like I said, I got 3 kids. I got to look out for them. So, I send stuff, and I just, I follow their recommendations, essentially. 199 from Red Fox Mad says, I wish Jesse would send me coleslaw. Oh my God. Tridio sent me 5 guys. Jesse sent me coleslaw. I mean, Jesus Christ, between all my acquaintances, I mean, I'm not gonna go hungry. That's for sure. How nasty was that mattress? It's not worth thinking about, really. It's really not worth thinking about. All right, guys, rally up. $45. Let's call it a win for the toe, and let's make it a good night. About 12 minutes left to go. Streamlabs, PayPal. You know what? Not a single PayPal so far tonight. We've done it all via YouTube and Rumble. Let's go ahead and load up with that 45 and call it a W. What do you say, kids? We have a hold on. We have a surprise call coming in. This is a surprise. This is amazing. Yes, go ahead, caller.
Well, hello there, Aaron and Hope. Nice breasts, and how dare you say that about your children?
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but about 1.5 years ago, I was going through a phase I called being a total piece of shit.
I'm just teasing. Good taking responsibility for a shitty text. A shitty text that has zero context, by the way.
Well, not only that, but
they
also
got you.
Yeah, not only that, but also, like I said, I've renounced everything for the last 1.5 years. I've come clean about everything, apologized, talked about what a shitty dad and husband and everything I was.
Of course.
So I don't really understand how any of those texts really mean anything today. But you know what it is? You look at how
really don't.
You look at how unwashed and gross and like clearly huffing and all that shit he is, and it's like. It's just a desperate guy at the end of his rope, and who knows what he'll do next,
It is quite sad. And you don't look that bad in your news.
I didn't think so either, especially compared to the people showing them.
So exactly. You mean a crowd of morbidly obese people there to see a morbidly obese man look at another man without his shirt on? Yeah, wow.
and the one with my shirt off, it was a message to the group because I had a fight coming up in February that ended up getting canceled that year. And I said, and the text that I sent was like, shit, I still got 10 pounds before I'm at 215. I'm like, I got some work to do here. And so that
you should report them for revenge porn. Honestly.
Oh, I'm a victim and he hurt me.
We're just teasing. You really don't look that bad in any of those. And yes, but I digress. I just wanted to ask you a quick question. Do you find it odd that, I don't know if you just saw, maybe I'm reading into things here. Alyssa Cliff, love the gal, posted a clip of Ricada talking about today about how the traffic stop thing, right?
Yeah, about how the new boyfriend gave him the finger. Yeah.
But in the Discord thing that you showed today, Moody, the most autistic, attention to detailed man on earth, said that Nick said that he didn't see her, only saw her in January at a traffic stop, right? And it was with her new boyfriend, but also got the notion that the new boyfriend, but hasn't spoken to her otherwise, right?
Sure.
And then Nick, when I guess he was talking about it today, he says, I haven't seen her since March at a traffic stop where the boyfriend flips me off. I don't know.
March would make more sense.
Right. But I don't call me nuts, but if you tell one person, you may get January and February mixed up. I wouldn't get January and March mixed up, or that's like kind of a long timeline. And also, are they just adding in this boyfriend thing, or is this like a fucking? I might be nuts.
You're thinking it's a cover for Nick still seeing April.
I'm wondering if it is.
Ooh. Like, well, okay, if it is, that's next level fucking psychotic to invent somebody and then invent them giving you the finger.
Right. And how long do you have at a traffic stop to realize who it is, what it is? The boyfriend flips you off, and then he also told Moody that how does he know? In that message it says this. Look, I have it pulled up. Maybe I'm nuts, but I just thought I'd give you my 2 cents here. It says, the last time I came close to January, where started a traffic light and her boyfriend flipped him off. Seems like the boyfriend is protective and isn't cool with them interacting. Why would he even know that if he hadn't even spoken?
Well, now my theory was that we know April, and we know how April is when she has a new person. She has to slam the X really hard and say horrible, terrible things about them. So that could explain.
So
the
is
finger.
Moody just right? Sure, if it actually happened, but is Moody just assuming that, or is that something Nick said? Because he wouldn't be able to know that unless he had been talking to April. Also, the January and the March thing is like, it's like sending me. I'm going like, what?
Huh.
How
Well,
do you
I mean, I understand why you would think that. I mean, Nick lies as easily as he breathes, but here's the other thing. He's not very smart, and this seems like a multi-level deal.
I don't know. If April is with a new man and fucking not seeing that stupid idiot, I am so fucking
Great.
happy.
Yeah, it's good for her.
That is fucking fantastic. I hope and I'm willing to believe that she is, and I hope that dude did flip him off at a traffic stop.
Yeah, fucking based.
But I find it very confusing that Moody, the most autistic or detail-oriented man on earth, says January and had all these details as well. And then Nick today says March.
Well, I have a feeling whoever MN Public Records is will be keeping an eye on things.
I would think so as well.
Yeah.
I am praying I am wrong, but
Well,
and
hey.
if that's the case, then fine. Or could it just be like, hey, we'll put this out there now so that Kayla doesn't know that we're still boning.
I can't comment. I can't comment. I can't comment. I can't comment on any of that.
I don't know who that is either. Yeah, no, exactly. But just a quandary. That's
All right.
all.
Well,
Just wanted
thank
to
you
get
for
your
the call.
take on
Thank you for the call, Keanu, and thank you for the theory.
TTYL.
All right. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting for people to gossip about. It's interesting for people to theorize about. I think it's good for entertainment, but I think outside of that, and it sets Nick off, which is funny to a lot of people. Ultimately, people will craft their theories. We'll see if they're right or wrong. All I know is Keanu stopped me from letting you guys know we're $45 away from a big L tonight. We got about 5 minutes left. Thank you very much. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. Let's go into this video we were about to do. This is one of those, like, these new debate shows they do where, like, one person sits at a table and then, like, a shitload of people come up and argue with them one at a time. They had this woman, Sarah Stock, who's apparently, like, a big-time conservative chick. And she was arguing homosexuality with a gay dude. Now, I think the way shit is right now, if you're willing to even have this debate they're about to have with some gay dude, it takes a lot of fucking balls, really. Ironically, in this case. Let's see. Let's take a look at the discussion. And while we do that, let's knock out that last 45 and call it a win for the toe.
So I'm assuming from everything you're telling me that you think that God is okay with you practicing sodomy with other men.
Fuck, dude, that sodomy thing, like, when someone doesn't call it gay sex or whatever, when they call it sodomy, that's so Old Testament-y, and like that, I feel like that kind of hits pretty hard.
I'm saying that God always acts in accordance with love, and the sodomy that was written about in the Bible has nothing to do with loving queer and trans relationships because there was no frame of reference for the phrases who created it. Man is imperfect. God's word is perfect. God would support queer and trans existence. Do you want to talk about why it's also anti-American?
You don't think that sodomy existed 2,000 years ago?
I do think it existed 2,000 years ago.
And you don't think that God
and the way that it
directly
was
addressed
written about in the Bible.
I mean, in fairness, God did say that he wasn't real big on the butt fucking. I mean, she's not wrong there.
It was about hateful, unconsensual, pedophilic, ritualistic acts of sodomy.
No. I'm sorry, but if you go back and you read the book, he doesn't discern between different kinds of sodomy. It's sodomy, soda-you, soda-bad, soda-boo.
There have been healthy queer and trans relationships all throughout the history, and they were not included in the Bible the same way women's rights were not included in the Bible. God did not intend us to treat that like a law that we never move on from. He entreated us to use it like a way to learn, love, and practice it better.
That sounds like a guy who wants to do sodomy. That just sounds like a guy trying to rationalize it who wants to butt fuck. Listen, I know what God actually thinks. I know what God actually means. And
not an instruction manual. It is one tool that we can use to live our lives.
You do think, but to clarify, so you do think that God is okay with you having sex with other men?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude. I mean, butt fuck guys if you want to, but don't sit there and say that it's holy. Well, holy, I guess, in the HOLY sense.
So I think that your definition of love is basically what feels good for you and also being nice to other people.
I think love is more complicated than that. For example, you can have a sexual relationship with someone that you might not love, whereas love is a deeper emotion of care.
But basically,
we're spinning real fucking hard on this one, boys.
it's just like this like fluffy feeling of like, oh, like I like you, I'm treating you well, whatever. I think that love is willing the good of another person.
Love is a hard action.
So you can have
Yeah, for you, I bet you it is.
consensual sex with someone, and that's not loving them, because participating in homosexual acts is inherently not loving because it's damaging.
They're not inherently damaging.
It violates
They're not
natural
inherently damaging.
law.
It doesn't violate natural
Tell that to your butthole.
law. There are
Yes, it
over
does.
1,000
Your body is
species
not
that are
designed
proven
for
to
that.
have queer relationships.
God literally designed
Why does the
male
G-spot
and-
exist?
I don't know. God literally designed male and female
Let's not pretend
bodies
to know
different.
God's vision then.
How about this?
Let's not pretend to know God's vision.
How come
Let's act with
12%
love.
of men who have sex with other men 1 or more times a week have problems where they are not able to control their bowel movements?
Oh, shit. She hit him with the "you guys destroy your pooper." Oh, no. That hits hard. She hit him with the "your shit cutter gets worn out."
Because when
Well, why?
Oh, it got him. Oh, my God. She said, why can't you guys shit right when you fuck each other in the butt? Go back to where that froze him up. Johnny Rocket with $2. I had no idea this blonde interviewed you, Aaron. Fuck.
Men who have sex with other men 1 or more times a week have problems where they are not able to control their bowel movements.
Because when
Well, why? If it's healthy, if it's perfectly healthy.
This guy don't shit right. This guy doesn't shit right. By the way, thank you, Crunchy, so much. Crunchy is now at 120. She threw in another $60. You gorgeous bitch. Thank you so much for the $60. Appreciate it.
No, that's
So
true.
there
And
are
that
medical
doesn't mean,
facts
that
that
doesn't mean that
refute-
I hate you. It means I don't want you doing something that's not natural and it's not healthy and it's
I want you to be able to shit right, homeboy. That's what she's trying to say.
not good for you
But
or for
nothing
society.
you're saying
There's
is
a reason
grounded
gay
in
men
Christ's
can't
word or
reproduce with each
medical
other.
reality.
There's a reason why gay women can't reproduce with each other. Our
Reproduction
bodies
is
are
not an essential factor of love and care. It is not the essential.
Well, it's like the essential thing to care. It cares for the species it reproduces.
Factor of a relationship, and the things
Yeah,
that
you
you are
can be
saying
friends with someone,
are
still love them.
nasty, evil pieces
That's
of
not
rhetoric that
evil.
aren't grounded.
Yeah, like Patrice O'Neill said, a man can love a man. It's not gay till you're fucking him.
In science,
That's absolutely not evil. You don't think it's scientific that it's more harmful to have gay sex than straight sex?
it's not more harmful.
It obviously is. That's why there's more STDs.
Bro, I've been fucking girls my whole life, not to brag, my entire adult life anyway. And I can still shit just fine. It's just saying. Thank you very much to Crunchy for the $60, getting us the W at the end. She says, from an ex-stripper for Kiki's asshole on the internet, it's there forever, gorgeous. Thank you. Give her a Keith Olbermann.
They are afraid.
And that knocks out the goal and throws us an extra 15 towards tomorrow.
I've got some bad news.
There we go. And it's another win for the toe right at the buzzer once again. And a gifted membership from Buffalo Jockey to Bocephus, the Negromancer. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So you take, God, she hit him with the, if you take it in the shit cutter, you're not going to poop right. I'm sorry to anyone sending us money on Venmo. I apologize because it's not, I'm not getting notifications. Thank you very much to, I know what they want me to say. Anonymous Fake Dono with $5 says neck fat growing bigger with every French fry you eat. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Buffalo Jockey with $1 says the fucking fact that this gay F wore a basketball jersey to homo debate is the gayest thing about him. Well, I think it's the fact that he totally let everyone know that he doesn't shit right. That's the worst part. MSO says, so Crunchy is slam piece. No, Crunchy is not slam piece. Thank you guys very much. I'm not going to eat that burger on camera. I'm not going to eat that burger tonight. Thank you, Tridio, for giving it to me. I appreciate it. I'm going to eat that tomorrow after the program. Thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. Another